This is Trass, and tonight we're going to be detouring from Therius Art's medieval fantasy contest for just a little bit, as we tour HFB's entries for two of their contests that they ran. So let's see, we got... So first up are going to be the two entries for the Villain Lair contests. And I'm just going to kind of be following along with the group and watching chat, which is why I have my little chat blocker up tonight. I really just went into my screenshots folder and found the first image that fit the shape, and there's where we ended up, so that's why that's there. So first up is going to be by Xanos's Domus Frasticus. Let's check it out. Hey, Sinister Shadow Fox, welcome in. How you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Are you a guildie? Do you have a fox-related name that's not Sinister Shadow Fox? Because I think I know who you are, but if not, I don't want to assume. Alright. Ooh, farming your subclass. Nice, nice. What's your main class and what subclasses are you going for? Alright, so this one is called Oblivion Base, and I think I have descriptions for these. Let's check it out. Let's see. Here we go. Nope, just an Oblivion Base. Cool. Alright. Got some big old lunar boulders kind of blocking off the view of Craglorn back there. Warden Bobo build subbing Necro and nice! Okay, honestly, I was just talking about doing a build with that exact combination, specifically for just bow maxing. Meaning you would take Nightblade for Shade, you would take Necro for Skeletal Archer, and then you'd get the Fighters Guild crossbow, and basically just all the bows. Got Skeleton Archer, got Shade Archer, you got you as an archer, you could summon a Ballista, just bow maxing. You can see a little bit of Craglorn up there, but it actually kind of goes with the build, that big old tower. Goes with the rest of the Oblivion-looking stuff. Nice little reminiscent of a Deadlands portal here. Got these archways, got a whole lot of lightning. Now, let me turn my Steed's Blessing off real quick. There we go. Because otherwise I do a weird little shimmy instead of my strut. It's interesting how there's a medium walk speed, and so if you're doing your RP walk at just the right speed via a combination of like gear and CP, like it changes the animation for the Jester walk. It's an interesting one, but it's a little inconsistent, so I usually take off my speed CP when I'm doing tours. I got all these lightning rods, got some trees that have been very hit by lightning, and continue to be hit by lightning. Love it. Nice mix of the grass, that nice red grass, and oh yeah, the bushes. Sharp underbrush. Revy, welcome in! So yeah, Revy is in the HFB guild and is kind of leading us on our little tour tonight. So much appreciated, Revy. Hey, Salvis, welcome in. Shout out here. So yeah, these are going to be, I believe, what, 7 houses by Housing's Finest Builders? The Lightning Bolts chase, yeah. I love all the little bits of Deadlands here. Got that. This tree is really cool. This Charred Dagonic, which I think is a Crown's only one, but it looks so freaking worth it. Asterial, welcome in. My Saturday is great. I did a little more gardening today, got some weeds pulled. Got some surveys done. I'm in the process of clearing out my bank for the first time ever. I am like constantly over encumbered with just random crap, and I found like at least 15 pieces of set gear. Oh, 5. Nice. Thank you, Revy. I'm bad with numbers. Yeah, I found at least like 15 set pieces that I was just using for my the random Theorycraft builds. So I was able to clear those out of my inventory, cleared a whole bunch out of my bank. Basically a lot of spring cleaning in ESO. A do nothing day, cancel. Oh, sorry. 3 players bailed due to other obligations. Yeah, that is the core D&D experience. Just hung out online. Nice. What are you doing online? Playing some ESO? I only get to finish the flowers down after the boy. Nice. Oh man, always nice to get a little bit of gardening done, especially when it's like just bright out forever. I love June. Just, it's not too hot yet, and the sun is just constantly out. It's a good time. Alright, love these charred trees and all this added red foliage here. These little bushes are really cute. These sharp underbrush bushes. They're so pokey and detailed. Love the added Fargrave balcony. It's a shame some of the like base game 2-story houses like imply that you should be able to like get up there and go out. But I really appreciate when people just add extra balconies to imply it themselves. What you should do with your furniture. Furniture, do you have bound and unbound stacks? Oh yeah, that's rough, Salvis. You're grinding on there, trying to get your time in so you can gift him things once the account. Oh, nice. Do I have giveaways set up on my channel? I don't believe so, Revy. I can roll a die in-game if that works. Trying to think the best way to do that. Or everyone can just guess a number, and whoever guesses closest to the number I'm thinking of... I don't know, how would I work that? Yeah, I never quite figured out the giveaway thing. It's always been good. Oh yeah, Revy, that would be much appreciated. Thank you so much. You will destroy everything that is zone furniture stuff, so you won't be... Yeah, you'll destroy everything that's zone furniture stuff? Yeah. Yeah, anything that I can just buy for under 5,000 gold at a home goods vendor, I trash immediately. Yeah, it's a waste of gold, but it's not a waste of my mental bandwidth to have to deal with like the random pebbles and trees you have to get. I don't hoard anything, Salvis. I am... Honestly, for as much as I'm over-encumbered, I really try to just purge anything I don't immediately need. Love these added balconies, too. This really is cool, building up off of all these walls. Got the glowy mushrooms, got these nice Daigonic trees, got Lyranth pacing around. Great little Daedric choice there. I believe that is a New Life bonfire, just under the ground, to just have this whole fire and brimstone look. Love it. It really does make one of the nicest like plumes of black smoke. So yeah, as these lightning bolts are coming down, you see the ground just being scorched by those. Just really chaotic energy in here. Kind of reminds me of Vateshran Hollows. Some of the bosses where there's just random lightning strikes. Yeah, I've got all these New Life bonfires under the floor just to really make the ground kind of smoldering. And these little Deadlands torture things that have these really cool octagonal platform and the red glowy runes. I like how they're not even Daedric, they're just like Deadlands exclusive whatever runes. Like not Daedric in the sense that they're not like the standard Daedric alphabet. And you got the Fargrave floaty crystals, very nice. Got the geode. The little void crystals, all the floaty crystals. Love me a crystal garden. You got these. I always forget about these. Yeah, the black soul gems as opposed to the colorful ones. Those are really nice too. Just kind of hovering menacingly. And we got this thing. This thing took me forever to actually get all the pieces for. I'm not quite sure what the holdup was there. It's such an interesting little rustic stable at the back of Domus Frasticus. It's so adorably janky in its own way. Kind of makes me wish we got one like at the Lux vendor or something. We got the massive Fargrave canopy, which is becoming my new slidey piece of choice. I'm seeing it a lot lately, actually. Love how the poles are positioned just right, like so symmetrically off the house itself. And this really is a fun way to like slightly enclose off, I guess, like covered patio effect. This little chunk of oblivion. I like how it's keeping the lightning out too. Like specifically, there are no lightning bolts coming through this part, but they're all around the rest of the courtyard. We've got these lovely vampiric lamps, got the sulfur pools with the bubbles coming out. It's a nice little combo there. There's a really like menacing Deadlands sulfur pools. It really looks like we're in the lightning area of the Deadlands too. And you got all the globules coming out. It's like a waterfall of globules. Holy crap, that was a lot of bubbles. That's a really neat effect. Man, I would love to build like a giant hippie lava lamp out of these. I guess you could stick them in like those red vampiric tubes. Those might be big enough. Got some brains. Got a little science going on here. A little mad science. A little enchantment. Very cute. Got the Deadlands braziers. Got the glowy buttresses buttressing up this whole platform up here. Again, shielding us from the lightning. Very nice. Oh, thank you, Revy. Appreciate it. Yeah, one day I will figure out giveaways. I've just had such bad luck with it that I kind of gave up and just never went back to it. So hopefully at some point I will get that all together. I love this thing from the Fargrave achievement vendors. Just this big old like chunk of ominous red stone. It's one of the few red crystals that we have that are like not glowing, but just red crystal that you don't actually have to pay crowns for. We have quite a number of crimson crystal clusters and sprays in the crown purchase tab, but this piece, it's really easy to hide the pedestal bit under the floor, and you're just left with this really cool like blackish red crystal. It goes really nicely with all the glowy red Deadlands things too. I love these cubes. These cubes that make the hologram, oh man, they're one of my favorite craftables. And the fact that they're actually interactable is neat too. It actually changes the rune on them. I have to cycle it all the way back because I'm not racing a barn. But yeah, I just love the interactivity on this thing. It's a little hard to work with EHT effects for some reason. Like the toggle states don't correspond to what they should be. Okay, go at my own pace? Cool. Yeah, I am going to be a slowpoke, but hopefully people who are on the tour live can at least come back and watch the VOD at some point. Because yeah, I've got... I'm trying to go fast, and even this is like my fast pace, I feel like I'm going too fast. There's just no escaping how I tend to tour houses. Love the Fargrave canopy up there. Just all these Deadlands and Fargrave pieces look really nice together. Got this cool little well. Ooh, I like the little carpet surrounding the well. Maybe keep some splash out. Or maybe it's made of rubber to keep you grounded. Because, like, you don't want to be touching the water as all this lightning is coming down. So, yeah, like, what if this is a rubber mat to keep you from... Wait, would that be safer or less safe? I guess that would be safer, right? If you're standing on rubber and interacting with water in the lightning. Now I'm not sure how that works. It's either safer or more dangerous. Either way. I'm assuming it's not made of metal, though, because that'd be like the worst thing to be standing on in a thunderstorm. Unless it isn't, because I don't actually know how lightning works, it turns out. I've forgotten everything I know about electricity, I'm sorry guys. But yeah, this is made of either rubber or metal, and the idea is to keep you safe from the lightning as you're just pulling up a bucket of water. I have no idea if that's true, but that's the headcanon I'm going with. I love this thing. This is another Fargrave achievement vendor thing. This floaty obelisk. I've seen this used as like teeth, like gnashing teeth in a hell build. I think it was by Wednesday morning. You can do so many cool things with this animation. Torture chambers, of course. You do like a pit in the pendulum kind of thing where it's just like kind of coming at the person and then going back. Electricity. Oh, Asterial, that's gonna be stuck in my head now. I know exactly the song you're talking about. Got the demon chicken. I like how he's even like pathing around and pecking at all the little plants that a chicken would be pecking at. You got the bones. Love these Fargrave bones here. Really, really cool taste of oblivion in Domus. Beautiful. Love the Deadlands windows. Oh man, I just bought so many of those for my most recent build. And having seen what you can do just with the blue projections, like using them for underlighting and statues, or even having them come from above in like your aquariums, it's so worth the 20,000 gold to build one. They make great runways. dance floors. It's just a really great piece for 20,000 gold. I think you just have to do the Deadlands quest chain. And you got Mel's favorite thing here, this little Zen idol. Here it is, your moment of Zen. Like the little bits of mushrooms here. Got the mushroom pancake stacks. Got the little mushroom shock. Got this cool little wiggly Vardenfell coral. I forget that thing actually like wiggles a little bit. I know there are multiple animated Vardenfell anemones, but like this thing, I think the back and forth motion is what does it for me. It's just so like weird, even by the standards of weird Vardenfell coral things. I wish you could use it as like a zombie's stump arm or something. I don't know. You got the mushrooms in the crates, just kind of growing out of the wood. Lots of mushrooms, lots of crates. My favorite pizza mushroom. If you ever just want to make a cheese pizza, you can clip little bits of this. Maybe not the big one, but the little toadstools. Like, tell me that isn't like the perfect pizza texture. It makes me hungry just looking at it, honestly. I know it's a little tricky to be able to clip that in a way that resembles a slice of pizza, but there's so many little bumps and grooves on this model that you can like clip it under a table and end up with an actual triangle slice. So yeah, it looks great as a mushroom, obviously. Look, even the little like shiny bits of the texture reflect the light of my staff. That's really cool. They went all out on this piece. But yeah, nice little mushroom in the mushroom setting. I love these big glowy Lux vendor mushrooms too. Really, really cool. Alright, I think that's... I like the Fargrave curtains up there too. Really nice, the drapes. I think that's it for the outside. Let's go in and see what awaits us in this House of Horrors. Oh, we got Edarine. I like Edarine. No regrets buying her. Ooh, got Space Ham, Squid Pie, and Squid. Lots of tentacles. Pretty appropriate. Oh, what a cutie. This little... He's got a bone? Since when? Oh my goodness. There are some pets that I really haven't just seen what their idle animations are like. I don't think I realized this Dremnikin runt just has a bone in his mouth. Is that like just always, or is that his idle animation? I guess it's just always. Huh. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, so that must just be an idle animation. We caught it a good time. That's so cute. He's carrying a little bone. I had no idea. I love that. I'm gonna have to start... I think I have that guy. He scratches himself. Oh, what a cutie. And you got the big old Sneck. See... This is a hell of a piece right here, this provisioning station. The fact that they made it a provisioning station, too. Like, you can actually do your cooking on this in some builds. Oh, that's cool too, taking the whole chandelier and just using the coals as a provisioning bit. Like an implied like cook surface, I like that. And then you got the cleaver cutting through all that Fargrave sausage, got the Fargrave corn cooking, and some mundane garlic. Love it. Got some nice Deadlands curtains all around, very appropriate. I always say, this hearth... Oh, look at that! They took the existing hearth of this house, and they just took the better Leowin one and stuck it right on top. That's a really slick way to do that. Just in case you're just never happy with the existing fireplace, they're all basically the same shape. So, depending on the size of the existing one, you can pretty easily just take your own favorite hearth and put it over the original. Especially this Leowin one, though, because it's so wide. Really nice. And of course, this Leowin one always demands something up on that wood bit. And that's a good little sized tapestry for that. You got the Fargrave Blossom guy. That's a really unique shape of glass dome. I really need to remember that this one exists. I think this is one of the non-craftable ones, if not, I'm not mistaken, but I could be mistaken. That small gas blossom, love it. A really shiny, detailed little piece in there. You got some Fargrave clutter. These are from the papers are from the Fargrave home goods vendor, and the books are crowns, I believe, and this is another one from the Fargrave achievement furniture. I use this thing everywhere. It's just such a cool piece. You got the planter boxes, a little bit of Leowin. You got all this lovely glowing food. I love the Fargrave food so freaking much. The glowy bread, the sparkly grapes, sparkle fish, Second day where a streamer said something about garlic and your brain went to Crocodile Dundee 2, where the Aboriginal guy says the response is iguana good? Nah, need some garlic. Love it. Oh, again, these really unique Deadlands carpets that look like either metal or rubber. Nice little fatigue easing kitchen mat we have here. And a little rough stone counter to just kneel. I bet it's scamp sized. Like I'm wondering if they have a scamp around that does all the cooking. Got a little Deadlands chair there, very nice. I'm sorry, I'm way behind the tour group. You know this would go down this way. I mean, I didn't know, but like I kind of suspected that if I was going to be a real slowpoke about it, we might just love this mausoleum. Wow, this fits right in that little gap there. This mausoleum bookcase, I love, like, that's the perfect width for this awkward kind of space in the stairwell that kind of demands something, but it's hard to position anything in here that actually fits. So now I know this mausoleum bookcase works really well in that stairway. Because this is, fun fact, if you're ever in the Elinor private arena house, there's a oh, thank you, Revy. Yeah, I'm glad this is working for us. Yeah, in Elinor Private Arena, like outside of the arena bit, there's actually a house part, and it's literally this house. It is like every single piece of this house matches completely, except for the fact that there's a back door in the other one that you can actually. No, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there isn't a back door there that's been covered up by that wall. No, there's just windows. So yeah, it's like pretty much the same model. And being the same model, but the fact that like it's not a separate interior and exterior space, like the door is just open and you can walk through it, you really notice how the windows on the exterior of this house don't correspond to the interior windows in the slightest. And you'll find that for a number of houses. It's just frustrating Zos things. Like, there's a window, just gonna, since we have the time, just wanna kind of see if that's accurate. Yep. No ground floor windows on the outside of this house. But for some reason, Zos put ground floor windows on the interior. And that is such a common thing, especially in the base game houses, to notice. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But it's especially prevalent in this version of the house in Elinor Private Arena because you're not going through an actual door. You just walk like right around the house and notice immediately, like, hey, these windows don't match at all. You got the little inkwell. I love the. I always want to say, I really wish we had a furnishing that was like a big feather quill in an actual inkwell. Because this is 2 slots on its own, just sticking the quill in the inkwell. Like, it's 1 slot, it's not a huge deal, but, like, it's funny that we never got just a pre-quilled inkwell. Got this common little desk that's actually a really unique little shape. And because it's a unique shape, you can use it for a bunch of things. It's also got some fun little carvings in it. Like, this is a school desk, and some kid just carved their initials into it. Ah, cheeky. And you got the books, got the backpack here. This is a little more refined Deadlands thing up here, less gnarly, overt Daedric. But you still got the big old tapestry to Big Daddy Dagon there. That's a cool tapestry, honestly. One of the few references to a place called League, L-Y-G, and the fact that he is being forged by the Archons, of which Athelia is actually one of them. So one of these spheres is actually Athelia, according to some legends. Yep, that's what I'm here for, says Sir Shadowfox, just to curse people with knowledge that would be better left unknown. You got this bay window. This bay window is another part that isn't part of the Elinor one, because there's a back door on that leads to a balcony on the Elinor one. But yeah, everything else, like the floor plan and the stairwell, is exactly the same. You got the laundry, got the armoire, all this lovely Leyawiin and Deadlands stuff. I feel like I'm actually in a Blackwood zone. Really, really cool. Got your little tea on the nightstand, I like that. Really well done, Xanasis. This is beautiful. Got the Kingmaker's coffer, all the blingy stuff. These little blingy antiquities here. Oh, nice little antiquity collection here. Got the Ebony Fox, Tall Papa's Lamp, little Ruby Dragon Skull, and the Jeweled Skull of Iliad Kings, which honestly is the most detailed skull we have. Like, it's so much more detail than the other skulls. It's ridiculous. But unfortunately, if you want a skull that detailed without a crown, you're kind of just out of luck. He's got some big old teethies. You got the nice Kingmaker's coffer. You got an armory station. I love how this connects. Like, taking the dressing room things and connecting it to the armory station like that is kind of cute. And you got socks in the basket. Love it. Multiple socks, because on their own they're a little flat. So taking two of them and just kind of like haphazardly mixing them together in the basket is a nice touch. And you have the pants just kind of outside the basket. Really nice. You got all these carpets in the basket. Is this a map of Blackwood? Of course it's Blackwood. Nice. Yep, makes perfect sense. This is such a callback to the whole Blackwood and Deadlands storyline. Got all those nice Leonin and Deadlands assets with a little touch of other Daedric things. Very, very cool. Alright, it's time for me to scroll up and see what house is next. Oh yeah, for anyone who missed it, the theme is Villain Lairs, so this definitely fits the theme of that. Oh yeah, it's Revi's house. That's right, it's Revi's Sea Bloom, which I have been in a few times when it was in progress, but I don't think I've actually seen the final product, so this is exciting. Revilia's Sea Bloom Villa. And off we go. I like Core just out for a jog. Or chasing... Is he chasing a squirrel because he's a puppy? Is that what's going on, Revi? I love it. Like, I just saw him interacting with the squirrel, and I'm like, wait, no, he's not a werewolf, right? He's just werewolf adjacent. But still, I saw him chasing a squirrel, and now I can't unsee it. And got those lovely blue dogwoods. Love the mix of glowies and non-glowies in the planter. Got those nice blue lilies in the Cold Harbor. Outside, then inside, thank you. Will do. That's my usual go-to strategy anyway. Like, I always want to do a solid sweep around the grounds, and when I'm pretty confident that I've either seen all of the grounds, or at least seen where the, the other exits to a house might connect, then I'll make my way inside, because it's just a lot easier to miss things outside. I try to be pretty thorough. Got this cute little apiary. Oh, I like that. This is blocking off the interactive soul gem thing, which unfortunately is like if you don't like that in your aesthetic, it can be kind of inconvenient to find a thing that blocks it. I see a lot of people like put their water features here, just cover it with a boulder or something. But covering it with a whole beehive and keeping that nice glow that comes with it, I like that. That's really cute. All these lovely bees coming out. Honestly, it's just a nice structure in general. Could probably do things with the roof and the wicker bits. Especially now that we have all the tiki stuff. Can still click it? Oh, can you? Oh. Oh, wow, yeah. That's a really aggressive toggle, isn't it? It's kind of like how the interaction box for the watchful lights kind of supersedes everything else. Like, the thing for the watchful eyeballs is so large, it's ridiculous. Love all the glowies. Nice use of the hedges to kind of keep people from falling off the edge here. Got some very vibrant colors here. Got shrubs. I like the implication that we're not supposed to go upstairs because of the shrubs in the way. Knowing me, I would probably explore that way anyway, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, the actual way to go is over here towards the greenhouse. So, let's just make sure I haven't missed any lovely landscaping here. Love all these dogwoods. These blue Galen dogwoods are just so pretty, and look at the blossoms on them. Some of the trees have very smudgy leaf textures, but I've noticed the cherry blossom ones tend to have much more robust leaves that you just zoom right into. Oh yeah, Revy, I was doing the same thing in mine. I was constantly falling off that edge. But thankfully we have some pretty long walls to work with that cover up that block off the cliff efficiently. The glowy mushrooms that are just sunk in the ground like that give us a little bit of light, a little bit of landscaping. You get these cute little shrub dogwoods. Very cool. And you still get to enjoy the view. Just take pot shots at the world boss down there. It's both, actually. We are doing multiple contests. There are only a few entries for each. So this is the second and last entry of the Villain Lairs contest, and then we'll be moving on to temples. Yep, you're exactly right. It is multiple... Sorry, oh, did I... Maybe I should clarify that in the description. How did I phrase it? Oh yeah, I could have made that more clear, couldn't I? Well, let me see. Alright, I just updated that. Trying to make it a little more clear there. Thank you. I like the squirrel kind of guiding us back here too. It's always tricky to lead people by the hands. Yep, 2 separate contests. 2 entries in one and 3 in the other. It's always tricky to lead your guests to the secret parts of your build or the less obvious parts of your build, so taking an NPC like that squirrel and just kind of have it mosey on to where you want it to go, really good choice there. With the limestone steps taking us down at this greenhouse. And we've got this lovely Firesong Spring as a little pool. That is really cute. This is one of those new ones in Hughesbane. Oh no, it's the Nedic Altar. Nice. Nice chunk of sandstone. Not too big, not too small. Really versatile Lux piece there. They got this antiquity, the Niswo thing. And I like how you added a bookrest onto the little blood hollow onto it. What's the book? Invocation of Hirsine. Ooh, not ominous at all. Love it. I was trying to see if I could read the book without it moving my character forward any bit, but no, it really wanted me to walk forward. And Revy has built this right on the kill plane, which is very high up on the cliff. So you go to try and invoke Hirsine, and Hirsine just kills you dead. I love it. Yeah, so yeah, for people who don't know, a lot of houses have what I call a kill plane. I don't know if that's the official name for it, but it's essentially a space where if you trespass beyond it, it just straight up kills you, and it calls it environmental damage. And in this house, it's fairly high up, so you can take advantage of that and make like instant death traps for people. Not sure if I can get down here with that. See, I just slid a little bit down that rock and it killed me. It was a very survivable fall, but the game says no. Yep, step 1 is soul farming, kill someone. So yeah, Seabloom Villa and the Grand Gallery both have really generously sized kill planes that you can still walk through, and you can do so many fun things trap-wise by just kind of building into them. Like have an invisible, or have a carpet hiding where the terrain goes down a little bit, so you just... Here you can see, like, we're above the kill plane just slightly. I think if we step in the water, we die, right? No? Nope, so it's angled slightly down, if I'm not mistaken, to get us to where, as soon as we approach this book, our elevation goes down just enough to get us under the kill plane and then die. And then look at the, while we're here, look at the druidic head dude with the blood crystals in his eyes and a little headdress made of the Lux blue crystal clusters. That is gorgeous. I love how you walk in and he's kind of hiding behind the archway there, so it doesn't spoil the surprise. Right, he's added this extra alien archway that fits really nicely with the glass of the greenhouse. So honestly, great little pairing there. I love how the width is perfect for that greenhouse. I actually had no idea. Really, really cool. Yeah, we go down here, we admire all the glowies. Got this vet bust here, got the little druidic lady planter. I like how this shadow palm, what do you call these things? I always forget. Shadow palm cluster? Bat bloom, I was way off. I like how it's kind of replacing the head of this. Oh yeah, there we go. There you go. I'm gonna be doing that a lot as I go into the trap, as I always do. We got the bunny, just kind of. Is the bunny implied to be what's killing us, or is it the Venus flytrap, or is it the book, or is it the guy outside? I actually don't know what's killing us. There's a lot of choices here. But I love all the Venus flytraps. Again, really lovely detailed piece there. And the hawkmoth cabbages for that nice warm glow. And all the ominous busts. This is just a really I'm in danger kind of feel here. Aw, the squirrel just kind of hats up onto his little mushroom. That's cute. There's so much temptation. Like, I just want to read the book. I want to pet the squirrel. I want to steal that soul gem in the... So yeah, this is the implication here. That, you know, you lure people here, and then the soul gem kind of traps their soul while they're attempting to... And Revy died. I wonder if I can resurrect you and have you immediately die again if you pop up. No, wait, you become a ghost, so you can actually get out of danger, I think. Oh man, look at Core with his knife juggling. That is a great NPC for the sacrificial altar. I also like how he kind of stoops and like looks like he's like rolling dice or something, because it kind of looks like he's like fiddling with a book or with a counter or something. He actually makes a really good chef for that reason. Like, you could put him in front of an oven and he'll occasionally like stoop down and... ooh, Revy made it! Little parkour challenge here. Yeah, like, Core will juggle his knife like a professional chef, and he'll stoop down and check what's in the oven. I like him. Most people use Makes Many Soups, but I've come to appreciate Core's culinary abilities. I mean, his boss, Edom Drells, definitely is a foodie, so it would make sense that some members of the Dark Brotherhood would get in on that. Alright, I'm assuming there's nothing up here just by the placement of... Yay! Get a nice little portcullis telling us, hell no. You can get some... Oh, stripped all the bits from the top. Nice, saving all those slots for the inside. All the glowing flowers on the door there. The squirrel didn't die. Look at this conversion. So we are in the lower level of Sea Bloomville, so we still have that ladder that takes us to the upper level. But here is an overgrown chapel to, you know, is that Mara? Yeah. So, seems like a former chapel of Mara, because I don't think Mara would let things get this overgrown. It's more of a Kinnereth thing, and Kinnereth isn't a fan of temples anyway. But love the... That's all been reskinned, hasn't it? Love the Colovian walls as the reskin, because even though the texture is similarly gray and cobblestoney, it's definitely not this like weathered with the cobblestones and the plaster kind of falling off like that. So I really love this attention to the reskinning of Sea Bloom, especially because it's a really weirdly shaped house. So it's hard to actually efficiently reskin a house like this. You just have to put a separate wall at every single angle that it twists and turns. Here's a little hamster ball just waiting for a sacrifice. I got this weird little bug guy. I like how the bug is actually like pathing through the underbrush. You just see his little leggies. Got the window boxes. Oh, there's Hildegard. She's never far from core, it seems. Got refreshments. What's a cult without free cinnamon buns? All these overgrown ivy benches. Got the Hawkmoth flowers. Got Javinius with his super fancy religious scroll and his super not intimidating at all bowl of water. And his donation bowl. I like the commitment to the church bit. Like, he's actually got a little collection plate going. Oh man, this guy's just addicted to joining weird cults. Love it. Have not picked him up myself, but you know, how often do you get a dude in a crop top as a house guest? Alright, and we can see, like how Revi's kind of subtly indicated by some blue light, that this window actually sticks out a little bit. We can go around the back. Yeah, he's gonna save your soul one way or another. Exactly. And we've got soul gems. Lots and lots of soul gems. Definitely a horde of souls back here, just waiting for trade with the ideal masters, or just using to recharge some weapons, so you can then kill more people and take more souls. It's a very efficient business proposition, just stealing souls. Go. Really cool, all these soul gems, all these blue glowies. It's like it's a mine for soul gems, right? Like, you have to wonder where soul gems actually come from, because I don't think there's a lot of lore on that. Like, what kind of gem are they made out of? What makes a gem a soul gem? If anyone actually has a lore answer to that question, let me know. That seems like a thing that Salvus or Twoborn would just know offhand. He's the Messiah, and I have to know it. I followed so many. Love it, Salvus. Yeah, he's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Lots of gold. Love this racket here, because, I mean, yeah, you don't even really need the collection plate where you're just killing people and rifling through their pockets. And got this Forged Black Book. I love this thing. This is one of the best reasons to farm Infinite Archive. Just the sheer number of cool Apocrypha antiquities you get in there. So worth it. Like, it took me a while to find a build that made it not a slog, but once you have that, it actually becomes a lot of fun to just do a quick little, like, 3-arc run, 2-arc run. And you got that nice mix of Vampiric and Alinor here. Is that Vampiric? Oh, it's Vampiric. Alinor. Oh, that is that. Alinor. Nice. And so is the chair. And this is a shower. Probably from after a long day of ritualistically sacrificing people, you just want a nice, fancy shower. I love the Dwarven strainer as the shower head. Like a really fancy rich person shower head. And the strainer also working as the drain there. And then using the Nedic altar again for the little... Oh, there's glass. That's fun. Is that a constellation still? Or... Oh, wait. The prayer wheel frame... Oh, interesting. I don't think I realized that this prayer wheel frame was not able to be passed through. Is that right? Because that could be useful. I'm always looking for, like, this is slightly taller than... Yeah, it has collision. It's slightly taller than the Constellation Stells, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a little narrower, but definitely taller. So that would be a great way to block off, like, anywhere you don't want people going without having to, like, hide the little edges that you can see. When you pivot your camera around the Constellation Stells, you can kind of see the edges a little bit, and it's a little immersion breaking. But that thing... That is really nice for that, and I honestly don't think I realized that it had collision. So yeah, we've ended up with a nice little glass shower here. Really cool. And we got the wedding lantern, just taking one facet of the hexagon and just using it as a fancy little modern lamp. They're mined from Blackreach ore veins, and their original creator is Molag. Interesting. They all come from Blackreach? I wonder if the dwarves had something to do with, like, their discovery. That seems like a thing that the dwarves would have accidentally discovered and then done all the research on, and then some non-dwarf mage would have stolen that knowledge. Love the mix of paintings here. This is one of my favorites. Just a really cool Lucent Citadel landscape. And got the lovely Alinor. What's this one? College of the Sapriarchs. There we go. That was a fun quest. I vaguely remember how fun that quest was. I don't remember all the details, but I remember it was fun. Now we've got this little back area with the curtain. Oh, what a cute little toilet. The dwarven wall cabinet. Got a trophy head for the lid. Got the that's a good use of that coffer too as a little toilet tank. Really cute. And then the tribute trophy, very nice. Oh wow, yeah, the hilt of the tribute trophy. I never really thought of that. Oh, that, you know what that also looks like? One of those springy door stoppers. I don't know why you would ever commit to having a springy door stopper, but if you ever just really wanted one, that looks just like one of those. And don't forget, tonal architects are mages too. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I was thinking, like, maybe just because the dwarves were in the area, like, they would have been the first person, or the first people um, to have dug them up and realized their purpose. And maybe Molag Bal put them there specifically to be discovered by people competent enough to figure out how to steal souls with them. Because the Dwemer used soul gems in a lot of their tech, too, to power their spiders. I know in Skyrim you kill a spider, you can usually loot a soul gem. A lot of their traps are powered by them. And same with the... same with a lot of the Draugr barrows, too. So I'm wondering when the Dwemer actually ended up in Blackreach, or if the Dragon Cult dug them up. Because, I mean, they were there since the Merethic era, too. And that seems like something that Molag Bal would have wanted to get in on the ground floor of. So if they all come from Blackreach, and then just kind of slowly propagated around Tamriel, I could see it being either a Dwemer discovery, or maybe the Psijics kind of just found it. I don't know. Yeah, my first guess, or maybe even the Falmer. Maybe the Snow Elves were in that area too, like, before the Dwemer. Honestly, Salvus, I really don't know. I kind of assumed that they were mined in more places than Blackreach. But the fact that they're concentrated in one particular section of underneath Skyrim makes me think that if they were created by Molag Bal, they were put there as bait by people who would figure out how to steal souls with them. And the first entities I can think of that would both be in Blackreach and have the know-how to use that. Just find a random gem and be like, hey, we can take someone's soul with this very easily. That sounds like a Dwemer thing, or maybe there's something about the Falmer that we don't know. And it could have been the Ancient Nords, but I don't think it was the Ancient Nords. And those are basically the options, unless, the Psijics are just teleporting all around Tamriel during the Merethic era. Oh, and the Dragon Cult. Dragon Cult could have been it too. But who knows? Anyway. Ooh, this is new? Leo in hand. Oh. Okay, wow. I don't think I remembered this one. Also, this would also be a nice little toilet flusher or door stopper. Or really any kind of long, shiny metal thing you want it to be. It's nice. Leo in hand mirror. Yeah, got a cute little desk. Love the scattered laundry there too. Cute little baskets. Yeah, this whole thing is really giving a subtle cult leader danger vibe to it. Why the Falmer? Honestly, because they're kind of a blank slate, lore-wise. We know so little about what they were doing before the Atmorans came. Like, why did they raid Sarthal after having relatively peaceful interactions with the Atmorans before that? Is there something under Sarthal that they were trying to get at? Did they know about the Eye of Magnus down there? Did they know about Blackreach? We actually don't really know if the Falmer spent a lot of time in Blackreach before they were kind of forcibly put there. So, I honestly don't know if they... Yeah. What were their relations with the Dwemer like, and when did the Dwemer get there? I'm assuming the Falmer were there before the Dwemer, but who knows? And if there are answers to this, then I'm not aware of them. So yeah, I mean, I'm really just listing off the potential culprits there. So if I had to rank them, I'd say Dwemer being most likely, Dragon Cult being second most likely, and then the Falmer being just kind of there. So it could have been them, and we just really don't know a lot about them. Love this loft space that Revy has created up here too. This is a great house to make a loft in. Like, you get just so much vertical space, and this looks like so... This is already a pretty high ceiling for a for splitting up the space. First documented soul trapping was done by Argonians. They used eggs to trap souls, which is why the practice... I love that. I love that so much. Just... Has that knowledge been lost? Are there still Argonians out there who know how to take an egg and put someone's soul in it? That's kind of cute, honestly. Ooh, I love the little... the use of the ESO plus statuettes as clutter here, I believe. Yep. Dancing Toje. Yeah, flip those statuettes over. You just never know what you'll find in terms of bases. So you can use them as... Like, Revy has basically cobbled what looks like a jewelry box out of ESO plus statuettes, and then you got this one that just innately looks like a jewelry box. Periite, Blight Lord. Yeah, that has a really nice pedestal on it, too. Yeah, mess around with your free slots. You just never know when you'll need shelf filler, or just even the back of a painting for something. Love the use of this 4-way fountain just for the sink. Makes a really nice sink if you can hide the whole thing behind a wall. Got a little bit of perfectly innocent fishies being grilled. Little utensils. Got either plates or burners. Because this does kind of look like a modern house. I could see that being an either or. Use one as a grinding stone. Nice! And again, all these statuette bases just as little plates, chargers. Okay, just based on context, I'm guessing these are plates then. Nice. You got some pumpkins, very Halloween-y. You got the big old feast. I love how you hid the bugs with some mussels. Like, this would be the perfect big, like, buffet spread if it weren't for the crickets on skewers. So I appreciate your commitment to hiding those with the soup and the mussels. And just adding extra food to a gorgeous buffet piece. Not to throw any shade at the Bosmer who are eating grilled crickets, but come on. You will eat the bugs. Make the extra cutlery. Oh, you stacked multiple... Okay, that is clever, Revy. I almost didn't catch that. The fact that you stacked 2 of these pre-set Leowin plates and forks just to get, like, kind of a stocked away, like, plate stack and, like, multiple forks and knives. It looks so much more, like, cluttered than just the, you know, the place setting. Because it would look awkward if it were just a place setting in that shelf. But just by stacking 1 or 2 of them, now you've got, like, okay, it's your cutlery shelf. Really clever detail there. Alright, and now... Actually, I believe there are 2 ways to get there, and there's... Yes. So, there are secrets to this villain lair. This little tapestry back here takes us to... Hello, big boy! Gal, I guess. The Thoat. I like the window being blocked off by these block faces. Really cute. And you got all this stacked crates. Hey, Ula! Welcome in! It's been a while, Ula. How you doing? Love that cat, too. Wait, what's a door? Oh, this is implied to be a door, like a spooky cult door? Being blocked. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that's the back door. That's right. Yep, I just saw the peak and I assumed window, but okay, now I have my bearings in here. Yeah, you did a great job, like, converting a lot of the walls and, like, adding stairs and stuff, so I actually got myself kind of lost in here. I was still thinking, okay, no, I thought I was on the first floor again. There be... Oh, Salvis, that was good. By which I mean terrible. Thank you for that. Supposed to travel to another city during the weekend to see some friends. You woke up with... Oh, no, Ula, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just ended up kind of randomly sick the other day, too. Thankfully, I didn't miss much except a day at work, but yeah, that sucks. Just getting blindsided like that. Yeah, you just always want to be careful. That sucks, though. I'm sorry. Wow, there is so much room for activities in this house. Had to cancel... Oh, no, that sucks. Were you able to get at least some of your money back, or was that just a, like, done deal? And there's the crematorium. I love how there's a body being shoved into the crematorium. Just kind of squishing him in there, just jamming in that tiny little door. That's so cute. I love that little extra, like, you got the wrapped sacrifices here, and you just shove them in there. No muss, no fuss. Got your soul, got your money. Keep 15% off. That's not too bad. Those arches beg for the Cold Harbor books as a barrier. Which ones? The mausoleum. I could see that, actually. Hid the evidence, yeah. Got these nice, cute little urns for them. Like the hemohelot just kind of hovering menacingly over the bowl. He's got a convenient little bowl to sop up all the blood that's dripping from it. And this guy's having a good time. Got the extra little bloody bandages to go with an already bloody table. Just adding more gore to all that. Looks really great. And got these cool little surgical tools. First person on Earth that calls a cremation cute. Yeah. There's just so many cute little cobbles in here. That is my default adjective. Whenever I see something clever, I feel like clever is just not the vibe I'm going for, so it's just like, yeah, this is adorable. Bear, bird, scamp, skeleton. Oh, you met a guy, took out the zoo build. Nice. That looks so fun. I just really wish Zos couldn't see him because all his summons were obscuring him. I love that. Oh man, I love that you can get the watchling too as an extra pet in there. It just sucks that Zos made the Daedric Curse not work for Maw of the Infernal or any of the other pets it used to work for. Like, I get that it would be excessive for having all your class pets be buffed for the multi-classing, but they could have at least kept the proc pets as a part of that bonus, or at least the ones that are Daedric. You got Daedric Crows, you got Jeff, the Hungers. Those all used to work. Even Morkelden, I think. The floaty sword. Because that's at least Daedric aligned, so that kind of makes sense. But now they don't work. Play with Templar Necro, nice. Oh man, that's like the ultimate reser. If you get the res ulti with the res passive, good damage, but you struggle with sustain. Yeah, that happens. I've been having a lot of fun with just adding animal companions to my main build, because I've got a sorcerer for whom dark magic has always been kind of a burden. So adding animal companions to that for that sustain buff, and for for shocks, and what else? You got the Blue Betty Netch in there. There's just a lot of good stuff in Animal Companions. And then for my Overworld build running around, I took Assassination. I dropped Dark Magic off of that. And so the only difference is that... Oh, that's why I was going so fast earlier, because I've got Minor Expedition just constantly with Concealed Weapon. But that's really the only difference on my 1-bar Overland build. I added Concealed Weapons, and because of that, I get all these really nice damage buffs and a little sustain buff. When you're just running around harvesting nodes and killing things, restoring 1,000 magicka and stamina for everything you kill is fantastic. But yeah, for my Archive build, I actually just dropped Curative Rune Forms off my Arcanist and just added the Bear. I didn't add any other skills except for the Bear, and it's so worth it, because in Archive, I never use my ulti. I keep that ulti reserved for the Strategic Reserve CP, which gives me 1,500 health regen, and you get all the Animal Companion passives, and you get the Bear just passively doing damage. It's great. Other than that, you're adding Herald of the Tome to all art to see if you get bored with it. Nice. Like, specifically for the laser? Oh, yeah, end of the... Wow, oh. Hours gone by so fast. Holy crap. But yeah, the problem with putting the laser on non-Arcanists is that you don't get the class mastery script from all your scribing stuff. Because that is, in my opinion, the best way to run the laser build. You take Banner, and the Banner gives you 5 Crux every second, just passively. Like, yeah, it costs you a little bit of stam and mag to keep that going, but it's such a sustained buff in and of itself to not have to spend an extra whatever on your skill to generate that Crux. And it just sucks that, like, that because of the existence of the class mastery script kind of just bugs me now that we have subclassing, because there are still very important cases where you want a specific class for your build, which is kind of antithetical to the whole point of subclassing. But and also the class sets, which aren't very powerful in their own right, but they still exist. And actually, I say that as I'm using one right now. Beacon of Oblivion is actually not terrible for a sorcerer without pets. The people are complaining that they nerfed the hell out of non-pet Sorc, but you can really make it work in a variety of ways. Have many alts you can experiment? Yeah. Yeah, it's not a huge deal if you have a lot of alts, but, you know, if you're just wanting to turn one of your main classes into an Arcanist laser class, you really just can't, because Banner is kind of the meta. Yep, I use pet Sorcs in harder content because I really like having Twilight Matriarch as a pocket heal. You take a teeny tiny percentage of DPS loss by taking Matriarch instead of Tormentor, but there have been so many times where the tank was almost dead and I just mash my 5 button until they're back alive, and I don't want to say I saved I saved us from wiping, but certainly I made a difference there. So I just, in dungeons with pickup groups, I just can't live without Matriarch. The flappy wings, but you know, that is totally fair, and I think it really depends on the camera settings that people play with. Like, I play so zoomed out, and I think that's specifically because I'm a pet Sorc. It makes it a lot more tolerable, but even then, when I'm just questing, I can't play with pets. That's why I actually have the overland build that I do right now. Because, yeah, when I'm talking to NPCs, the pets are just in the way. It's so bothersome. So yeah, if I were ever to be a non-pet anything, it would be Arcanist in content. But I end up missing that burst heal so much. But now I can add like the Templar heal or something. So if you really just can't stand the flappy wings, like you could consider the Templar restoring light or any healing line with a burst heal and just be a little pocket healer. No one has to know. Your self heal is now a group heal. Anyway. Love the stacked skulls. I love that these skulls you can play with. You can make them in a nice little pyramid and scatter them. I wish they had an animation. And, you know, I only just put this together. The skulls, when they're stacked, are completely different than the skulls when they're scattered. I don't think I really consciously noticed that before. Like, they're big, they're detailed, and you mush them together and they look like that. That's kind of funny. Alright, I'll leave them scattered, because that's how they were. Right, Ula? I have those in my my break room in my Sheogorath build. Like, I just put every kind of, like, fun interactable in there that I could think of, and the skulls were definitely one of the original ones, so, like, they kind of have a home in little alcoves in Grand Sigic, and, yeah, now I'm not going to be able to unsee that. Oh, that's funny. Love the ominous purple glow on these, soul gem things. Yeah, Nightblade has a purge. Isn't that great? Yeah, Nightblade is great. Honestly, like, all my death recaps have been some combination of, like, another class's burst skill and then incapacitating strike. Because there is just nothing... In terms of, like, stacking as much damage into one global cooldown as you can, like, you really just can't beat incapacitating strike with shocks or curse or both going off. It's crazy. Oh, nice, Revy. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I have that room in my Sheogorath build. Like, really just to show off, like, what kind of fun interactables there are. And I love that we got the Colovian breakable mirrors. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly where I'm putting those. I love this druidic skin stretcher that has a much more like detailed skin than the others. I think this is what crowns only, but it's only 10 crowns. I think it was one that came with Glade Song or something. But yeah, it looks really nice. Even the rope texture is cool. But yeah, this skin is definitely that guy's skin. They just ripped it right off and stretched it. There's going to be some nice book leather later. At least they're using every part of the sacrifice. That's sustainability is what it's all about. You know, you burn what you can't use, or maybe you grind it up into a little bone meal, or maybe they're doing something with the ash. I mean, there's a lot of flowers out there. There's probably a lot of good carbon in all the ashes, so they probably just put all the ash in these urns, and then they use those to feed all the plants outside. And you've got a great garden going, Revy. So yeah, I have to imagine you're using every part of the sacrifice. You're using their soul, using their skin for your tomes. You're using the all the carbon matter for your plants outside. You've got a nice little hippie commune going here. Really, really adore it. Great little villain lair. Classes with a lot of AoEs and dots. Yeah, yeah. A single target, especially if you're playing a lot of Infinite Archive or Dungeons and Trials that just require that like cleave damage, nightly can be a tough sell. Looks for the Khajiit fur tray. Yeah, some of those rugs. Exactly. I like this little shelf up here too. That's cute. It's using the high aisle balcony as a little wall shelf. Is it something on the other side? I forget already. Nope, just clipped right into the floor. Oh wait, no, it's the... Oh, Revy, that is clever. I love this turning an inconvenient size situation into lemonade. Because you've got this lovely little railing, railing for your platform up here, but it's inconvenient in that you see it down here. Yep, it's a tight little gap. So you turned it into a little shelf. I love that. That is really, really clever. And it looks like it's placed there. At first I was like, oh, is this the only reason you have this there? And then I realized, no, this is probably serving a purpose somewhere else just for that railing. Do you believe your sleeping schedule is completely borked because you decided it would be a great idea to drink a cup of coffee in the afternoon several days at... What the hell? That must have been some real good coffee. Oh, man. Is there anything behind the crates? I don't think so. Just a... Oh, you're blocking off the hearth. That's nice, too. Just, yeah, because otherwise it'd be a little too cozy in this little back room. So, yeah, I appreciate the multitasking of, yeah, just stacking a whole bunch of crates back here. Really, really nicely done. Did I miss anything? It's definitely a lot I remember in here, and a few things that I don't think were here the last time I was here. So really, really cool. Also love how this painting like fits right into this little gap. That's it. Awesome. Really nice villain lair. Is Javinius the cult leader, or is he just one of the underlings? I couldn't really tell if it was Hildegard running the show, or Core, or if it's just kind of a communal thing, like they're all like co-owners of this fun little commune. Or is it you? Are you the villain? Found a painting in the new zone. Yes, we got so many. We got a blank canvas, Ula. And we have this new thing. I think it's like a paint mulling board or something, and it looks just like a bloodstain. Like, it might be the new meta for bloodstains on the floor or on the walls. I can't see it being used in painting scenarios nearly as much as it's going to be used for horror scenes. Unfinished painting of something. Wow, even Zos can't finish furnishings now. I love it. I mean, I love that that other unfinished painting we have was of a cardinal specifically, because for those who don't know, the person who makes essential housing tools, Cardinal05, got hired on to Zos as their UI developer and their housing developer. So like pretty much in the year that they hired Cardi, that unfinished Cardinal painting came out. It was definitely an Easter egg. All right, so I'm going to do a little BRB, and then when I'm back, we're going to go to the 3 entries for the Temple contest. We've got Hayden, Exkimie, and Nihon Shon. So yeah, I think that's be able to get through those in a reasonable amount of time, I think. All right, BRB. All right, and we are back. Ooh, Salvis, what's the story behind the Stormhawk Shrine? I don't think I'm familiar with that one. A core? Nice pathing. All right, so up next are going to be the temples. We have, let's see. Yep. I have no idea how to pronounce this name, unfortunately. Exkimie. Exkimie. And this will be Blackvine Villa. I feel like that's either a pun or just something I'm just not getting. Yeah, Blackvine Villa. Yep, Hidden Shrine of Saint Alicia. Oh, spelled it wrong. Oh wait, I really spelled it wrong. There we go, that's what I was coming up. Oh, Yeah, Hidden Shrine of Saint Alicia. Deep in the forests of Malabal Tor, hidden away near Blackvine ruins, those humans who revere the blood of the dragon meet to pray to Saint Alicia and pray for her intercession. Ooh, that is a gutsy move right there. Just being in Dominion territory and praying to Alicia, the best friend of Chief Elf Slayer Pelinal. That's fun. It's even still got the essential Aldmeri trappings to it. And it's even right next to an Ayleid ruin. I really appreciate this little flex here. Oh, we got those nice those Murkmire plants, the glowy Murkmire plants that we got in the login rewards. I'm assuming. So I believe it was a tribute to J Hart's. Oh, were they named Stormhawk? Also, where's the Stormhawk shrine? Or is that an antiquity or something? Can't really remember. Got all the glowy plants all around. Got these overgrown Colovian street lamps. Really nice. I like these pedestals too. The Imperial pedestals, stone. Very nice. Just making sure I didn't miss any pings here. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, right. You showed me their Grand Topol one time. That's where I remember the name from. Thank you. That was an unforgettable Grand Topol build. Oh man, having like helicopter flashbacks of that thing. Anyway, I love the candles just on the pedestals, walking us right up to the shrine, the little chapel. Stormhawk Shrine is a shrine below the Blue Palace. Oh, in Skyrim, a Talos Shrine. Interesting. Huh. Is it, like, explicitly named that somewhere, or is it just a picture of a Stormhawk? Because I could see that being a kind thing that would eventually get superseded by Talos. But, I don't know. Nice little barrel racks here. That's a little shackle stone. This is interesting. I wonder what the lore association is here with the Cold Harbor shackle stone. And there's Alicia herself. And there's Morehouse, of course. Nice little dynamic duo there. And got the red diamond, of course. And got this lovely little feast. Got some refreshments. Love all the churches that have refreshments in the store. Trials of Saint Alicia, very nice. It's a nice little book cover too. You got the Fire Drake mug. A little Velothi brazier. Got some cute little, not altar, but like a sideboard. The Breaker of Chains, of course, because she is, basically Daenerys. I love the chains. That is definitely the most Alicia thing that I never would have thought of. Oh, and that's why it's the shackle control. Oh, okay, it's all coming together now. It took me to see the chains to realize what they were going for here. I love that. Yeah, Alicia, the breaker of the their enslavement by the aliens. So yes, all the chain motifs are very appropriate here. Like the curtains. This really does make a nice little chapel. Which reminds me, I need to revamp my own Blackvine Villa at some point, because it's the Temple of Time from Zelda, but I really think I could make it a lot better with all the new stuff that we've gotten recently. Referring to Kine as a Stormhawk is kind of unusual in ESO. Is it? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was wondering, because it's a little under chapel, like undercroft of Solitude, so I was thinking there might be some nods to like the ancient Nordic traditions. Bench as you come in here, cute little carpets. Yeah, very nice. Get that Leywin bulb light up there. Ooh, I really like the inset Necrom table lamps as little sconces. I only just noticed what those were. Yep, Necrom lamp, elegant. And you can just stick those right in a wall and have kind of a, you know, not entirely modern, but like modern-ish sconce situation. And you've got those tattered Imperial tapestries, banners. There we go. I was blanking on words for a second. Yeah, these come from the Evermore achievement vendor, and these come from the Imperial City in the Telbar vendor. And I really wish there were an untattered middle ground between these. Like, honestly, more Imperial coded stuff in general that actually has the red diamond would be really nice, but it's interesting with how many Dominion, Pact, and Covenant like flags and shields and pennants and banners we have. We only have these two that have the Imperial motif, and yeah, that's a frustration I've had ever since I tried to build a library, and I want to have it all sorted by, you know, Dominion, Covenant, Pact, and Imperial. And the only options for Imperial were this tattered banner and this giant one that also has a little bit of animation, so it's kind of frustrating how it, like, you can't really put it on a wall without it clipping into the wainscoting. But I really like how they kind of hid that with this this nice table spread here. It's really slick. People will rather refer to her as the Mother of Nords, Northwind, or Shore's Widow. Yeah. I'm sure she's got a lot of epithets, though. I mean, we got two statues of her. In the low entries for the in-game, we have 3 drawing for giveaways. Get your entries sent. Yes, everyone go get your entries sent into Revi if you want to enter that drawing for 200,000 gold. Yeah, if you're on NA, the purchase power of gold has gone up so much in the last year. So definitely worth your while to do so. Alright, I think that's it in here. Very nicely done. I love the chain breaker motif we have going on here. These big Daedric chain achievement furnishings that we get from the Fighters Guild achievement vendor. Really nice touch. Oh, got a book I didn't. Yep, the Adabal. Yeah, everything is very lore-tastic. We got almost Elysia books. So if you don't know anything about Saint Elysia, you can actually pop in here and read them all. And yeah, this one's actually referencing Maruk, who gets like no other real like lore nods in the dialogue of the game, but you can at least read this and learn about the Marukati selectives and the fact that there's a talking monkey race that just never gets referenced or acknowledged, but apparently like led the revival of the Elysian Order. And they were actually the ones who pushed the Ayleids out of Cyrodiil, like the last remaining remnants of the Ayleids, because there was a while after Elysia won her freedom and the Imperials took over Cyrodiil, like there were still lots of Ayleids who were like on semi-peaceful terms, but a few centuries after Elysia died, there was this monkey that started a cult that decided that all the gods are actually just one, you know, monolithic entity, and that's why in the Imperial City the temple is called the Temple of the One. For anyone who's curious, but yeah, those people were called the Marukati Selectives, and they were called the Elysian Order, and within that order there were the Marukati Selectives, and they actually made the first recorded Dragon Break as well. So yeah, a whole bunch of lore that you can get from reading some of these books here. Love that big old brazier. Yeah, I think that's it. Very nicely done. And I'm sorry I keep butchering your name. Yeah, EQXIMIYE. Alright, next up we have Nihon Sean's Kushalit Sanctuary. It's so rare we see a build in here. Shrine to Azura. No description, just Shrine to Azura. So you know that meme about how, like, when you pronounce Sean Bean's name, is it Seanban or Scene Bean? Sometimes when I read Nihon Sean's name, I'm like, is it Nihon Sean or is it Japan San? And then I realize that it's not even a great joke to begin with, but the amount of mental gymnastics to even make that funny is way too much effort. Alright, we got the mushrooms, Very Morrowind in here. Oh man, being in Vardenfell, it's gonna, and having not purchased this house myself, I'm gonna look at every single one of these volcanic boulders and be like, was that placed there or is that just part of the house? You got some of these nice burnt up Vardenfell pines, excuse me. You got the little Daedric braziers. Very authentically Morrowind Daedric shrine we have here. Oh, they even built one of those. What do you call them? The Velothi structures that we see all throughout Vardenfell in both Morrowind and in ESO's version of Vardenfell. And I don't know what specifically you would call that architectural style other than like ancient Velothi, but it kind of reminds me of like Sumerian, like some kind of Mesopotamian thing. And then we've got the Azura motifs of those Khajiit doors. I like that. Even though they're elsewhere doors, like they're very clearly of Azura with the moon and star. So perfect little representation there, as best we can do with the Azura motifs on these. Like the little sconces made of the apocryphal lights. I guess I'll do the grounds first. This is a labyrinth of a house when you take into account all the portals. So I'm gonna be like just kind of moseying around, trying to get the lay of the land here. Ooh, we got graves. That's a cute way to do that. Just these big slabs here. Sarians. Oh, that's an achievement furnishing. Cool. Honestly, that's not a bad little chunk of base game brick if you're trying to fill in a gap in a base game house. This brick matches a lot, especially like the Imperial stuff. Huh. Sarian stand. That's one I always forget about. And these are Lux, I believe. These Dark Elf tomb markers. Yeah, all the Serrano tomb markers. And get this from the Undaunted vendor. This little archway here. Let's see what's off in this direction. Like the use of the Dagon or the Marin's Dagon statue there. Oh, we've got a little invasion happening. Seems like Dagon might be popping into this Azura shrine to say hello. Oh, I love that we can see Red Mountain just with the lava cascading down. This house has a really nice, like, not skybox, but like line of distance box. And all that cool pillowy lava. Really nice how the whole statue of Dagon was hidden by those volcanic boulders. Those I can at least tell are not volcanic boulders that are part of the house. And you got all these Morrowind mushrooms, of course. Got the big Netchhide shield. Got the little one. Got the trumpets. And then this, I believe, is another ruin or possibly a portal entrance. So that's been covered up by a boulder. Let's check it out. Then you got some Dark Elf statues, where Dark Elf statues should be. You got Nuzume, just peddling some wares here. Got a little bit of, it's a carpet salesperson. Ooh, got the Sky Spirits reflecting pool. That's really nice. Oh wait, no, this is the, never mind. This is the Elsewhere fountain. Really like that combination there, because this this pedestal on the Azura shrine actually really works with the Elsewhere Four Lions statue better than I thought it would. That's cool. They got some of the Undaunted busts just as little embellishments on the pedestal. We got Jeff, and we got Cargreda. Cargerda? I forget how to pronounce that. Cargeda. Got lots of cool red landscaping here. Got a nice mix of reds in here. Got these cherry trees that come from Deshan or Stonefalls. I always forget which. We got these Dija that come from Southern Elsewhere. Got the red, the Prairie Fire that comes from Northern Elsewhere. This Apocrypha plant. I think you get that in Necrom. Yeah, nice little landscape situation in an otherwise very fiery, less flowery locale. So I really appreciate like the little bits of landscaping and trees that are not like just charred little husks like we see up there. And then that is cool too, just really mixing the the Daedric shrines with the attempt to replicate the classic Velothi structure. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can actually port to Nisus and show you an example of what I'm like 90% sure Nihon Sean is trying to replicate here. Because it's honestly one of those things I can't think of a more accurate way to do that than those curved elsewhere walls and the elsewhere windows up above. So that was really nicely done. And the Necrom domes are what really point me to thinking that that's what's going on here. So yeah, love the... For anyone who doesn't know, this Crown Store statue of Mehrunes Dagon, which I always forget what it's actually called, because it doesn't say Mehrunes Dagon. Prince of Ambition, there we go. So yeah, you see how he's got that nice like swirly portal effect behind him? You can just flip him right around, and you still get the portal. And the preview really doesn't do it justice, as you can see here. Also, it doesn't do justice to how big the statue is. So yeah, and you can toggle it off if you really want to. There's actually multiple settings. You got embers, you got glow with different embers, just the eyeballs, off. Honestly, the off is kind of menacing too. And then the big one with the portal and the embers and everything going on. So yeah, clearly you can see it's much bigger than the preview actually makes it look. And just because of how this like parallax effect works with the the portal, like they didn't just do a static image. This image like kind of moves where your camera moves, so you can actually like see the Deadlands from more angles as you get closer to it. It's a really, really cool illusion. Yeah, and of course we have, Flame Matro coming out. We got Harvester coming out. Definitely some Daedric shenanigans going on in the Kushalit Sanctuary, which makes sense. It is a inherently Daedric shrine. And you got Marasso trying to keep the peace. Marasso, you might want to investigate that little invasion you got going on there. Alright, let's check out what's in this Velothi structure. A little bit of fancy Daedric summoning. Got the Apocrypha sconces. Nice little open book. History of Necrom. Perfect. Lore-friendly books. Lore-friendly food. This is a salt rice mash, I believe. Right. Dres Bowl. Salt rice mash. Yep. Authentically Dunmer food. We got an authentic Dunmer here. Tethys. Doing some authentic banking. And this too, like using this elsewhere dais, dark moons, because again, moon motifs makes perfect sense with Azura. These lovely High Isle castle walkways, I think. Yep, High Isle walkway, straight castle for that upper tier with the brick. And of course we got Necrom tables, Necrom chairs, all the Necrom stuff, and a little bit of Velothi for the candelabras. Oh, that is really nicely done with the scavenged grates. And then the setting that archival light like right in the middle of the dome. It's really cool. It's almost like instead of it being a light, it's like just a big glass orb that the sun is just shining down into. Because I think there are places that do that. Like they'll fill a bottle with liquid and then just put that in their ceiling. Just have the sunshine, like in places without electricity or like at least reliable electricity, they kind of just capture the reflected sunlight and just have it just put light into their homes. You get these lovely Necrom windows all around. Feel very shielded from the ash and the elements. You got this cute little mushroom book. Very important to know your mushrooms in Morrowind. The little scryball. These really nice Necrom bookcases all around. Yeah, this feels like a place, like a monastery. Yep, got Acolyte. He's got these humble little Dark Elf beds, got all the books. Yeah, this definitely feels like some kind of Azuran monastery. Very similar to, what's that called? Hollaback Girl. Hola Mayan Monastery, where I think you can only go inside during like one prologue quest, but it's actually a very important locale in the original Morrowind, and it's just a big Azura shrine and a monastery, and it's got a library inside. So that's what this is giving vibes of, I think. I love how the Dagoth table has been repurposed to not be referencing House Dagoth. The Honestly, this is just kind of funny on its own. Like taking this specific table and covering it with moon motifs. I like that. I see what you did there, Nihon Sean. You got on Cypher's Midden. Okay, a little bit of Apocrypha stuff too. And also, I think these books were chosen because they're open. Makes sense to have open books on the table. Ooh, let's get some really nice script on there too. So yeah, I really appreciate in the last couple of years we've gotten more open books to put on tables. And yeah, all these Necrom bookshelves look really. Yeah, have a great night, Ula. Really appreciate you popping in. And these bookshelves have a nice bit of like packed clutter to them. So they don't look quite as copy paste to some of the other bookcases. I like that. I got this little. What is this thing? Necrom wardrobe. Nice. Look at the drawer on that. And the Necron windows got the multiple Apocrypha crescents that again look like a moon. I like how it kind of lines up with the Deadlands portal too. Wonder if that's maybe that is like an intentional summoning that's been going on here. It does seem, or maybe that was just the structure that was built to kind of align. I can see this being like an Indiana Jones thing where at certain times of day, certain times of the year, like the sun shines like straight through this one and like pops onto the portal. So maybe it aligns with some kind of summoning day. Ooh, I only just noticed the Alinor Crescent carpets. Again, moon motifs. And also just a great way to carpet off a room that's completely round, but has a staircase in the middle of it. Yeah, because there aren't a whole lot of carpets that would really work like that. So it's cool that Nihon Sean's picked the one crescent-shaped carpet to kind of make that impression. Also like how the windows kind of make like a spiral, like kind of Aperture Science logo on the floor. It all looks very ritualistic. Alright, what else we got? Love the fountain. It's a very simple, elegant mix of statue and fountain here. We got a Malakath. Nice. Some nods to the House of Troubles, of course. Those being the 4 Daedra that the Dunmer decided to hate on the most. Those being Shiogorath, Malakath, Bullock Ball, and Mehrunes Dagon. So here we have the Malakath, I'm assuming. Because, yeah, even though they worship the quote-unquote good Daedra, Boethia, Azura, and Mephala, which is kind of hilarious that Boethia and Mephala made the cut there. They also built shrines to at least honor and placate the 4 bad Daedra, to hopefully just keep them contained and not just wrecking their stuff. I mean, this is a harsh environment, Morrowind, so it makes sense to, wherever you can, just get on the good sides of even the worst of the Daedra. And they kind of acknowledge their role in the greater scheme of things as, like, testers. Kind of like the Reach folk do with Hircine, Molag Bal, and Mehrunes Dagon. Wonder if there's, like, a cultural overlap there. Like the Halalu Gong to just kind of announce your presence. Also, this is a really nice floor texture. I wish we could get this as a pattern, like a platform. I could see that being really cool for wall reskins. And also these Daedric structure. Can you imagine if we got some of these like original Morrowind walls as crafting pieces? I would love that. Like, I know the Deadlands ones are really cool, the Apocrypha ones are really cool, but to be able to recreate like some of the original Vardenfell vibes with these like really cool eldritch, kind of Lovecraftian angles, that would be so nice. Oh, man, so many assets we just don't have. Love the flags, nice little Daedric chandelier there. Again, these beautiful dark elf statues as we come in. Hey Ariel, welcome in. And yeah, it really would be. Oh wow! All right, so we come from a little bit of House of Troubles. Got the Malakath on that side too, and like suddenly it's Moonshadow. Like this does seem like, oh man. This is what I picture when I picture Azura's realm of Moonshadow. Like, we've never seen it in any game, to my knowledge. We've heard descriptions of it. Like, lots of glowies, lots of flowers, it sounds like. So yeah, this definitely seems very Azura coded. Lots of moon motifs, and these celestial nimbuses were perfectly there. Oh, this is fantastic, Nihon Sean. I love the spiral galaxy. Lots of moons, star motifs. Got the repurposed House Dagoth. Right? Yeah, those frustratingly elusive nimbuses that I wish we could just buy whenever the hell we feel like them, instead of when the crown crates come out. Like, Zos really has a way with FOMO, and those things haven't been out for a while. But yeah, there is nothing like those nimbuses. And it's shocking that they are considered traditional furnishings. They make my computer fans scream sometimes when people stack them. Maybe less so now that I've got a better laptop. But on my old potato, these things would just set it off like nothing else. And, you know, hypothetically, if you had an infinite amount of money, you could just make a house that stacks 700 of these in one place. And I don't understand how they can say that they're limiting our slots for performance reasons when this thing is a traditional furnishing. But yeah, the blues and the purples and the pinks, like all of a sudden, it's such a contrast from the volcanic hellscape we just came in from. A nice mix of lanterns and color here. Got some open books, history of Necrom again, nice. A little sit and meditation area. Oh, that's cute too. Taking this dark elf tea table and just sticking it in the floor as a little meditation lantern table. It's cute. And of course, we've got the Redguard planters. I like how they situated them within like the actual columns of the house that I don't think you can get rid of, and taking all these Galen trees and positioning them all around that. Got Birodar, of course. He seems very Azura oriented, right?
Guildmate, good to see you. Have
Maybe not. I forget what his deal is.
Sometimes scholars disappear for hours on end.
Hey, Moonpile, welcome in. Oh man, it's like the Azura shrine just summoned you. This is by Nihon Shon in Kushalit Sanctuary on PCNA, and this is as you can probably tell, a shrine to Azura. Lots of moon motifs, lots of star motifs, got all the moon shadow colors. Yeah, imagine being on an next-gen PC just putting down 700 Nimbus clouds at different angles, right? Yeah, like, I can't imagine that would go well for anyone, so it's shocking. And this one is a special. The Vortex is a special furnishing, but the Nimbus is a traditional. It is absolutely wild. And we got the underside of the Moon's Blessed Meditation Pool, which has an absurdly cool underside. Has this been added? I'm so unfamiliar with this house. Oh, it's there by default. We got the weather control. Very nice. I don't think we can interact with it, right? Oh, we can. I will refrain, but I am curious what all the toggles are in this particular house. Right? Yeah, Moonpile, you would think pretty much every older particle effect, even the really small ones like Fog of Hagfen, which is static. It's not even an animated particle, but that one is considered special. And the Scarecrow that just has crows flying around, like that doesn't seem like a particularly hard animation on a computer to render. So it just seems really arbitrary which things are special and which things are traditional. And now, of course, we have those alien mist trees too, which are a lot more accessible than the Nimbuses. Yeah, right? I really want some whale or some... I don't think you can get crown gem things on the PTS, right? Like, there's no way that I can think of that would actually do that. But... I think... No, you would really have to shell out the cash for it. I can't think of any way around that. But if someone were a big enough whale to do that, or just farmed that much gold to get that many crown crates to then get the gems to get 700. I would be really curious what happens if you stack 700 on just on the door of a house. Yeah, you could use the Azure Cage. Like, even stacking 10 of those can be a little hard rendering-wise. Something added down there. Oh no, that's just the floor that I was saying was really cool. Yeah, I love the mix of the Fire Song Spring and this floor of this Kushalit Sanctuary that I keep saying is just an ungodly cool floor, and I really wish we had that as a craftable. There's just so much to this like original base game Morrowind Daedric Ruin tile set that I wish we could craft, because it's just so cool in here. I love all the Galen dogwood trees that really just kind of scream Moonshadow as well. Got the, what is this? The underside of a Markarth something or other, right? Oh yeah, it's the underside of the Markarth stairway, just for that nice narrow cobblestone. Yeah, use the blank canvases to make white walls. And the Dwarven Sun, oh man. Or even 700 Beacon of Tower Zero with the white walls. God, this sounds like a Wubin thing that needs to happen. You got your cute little Velothi Kneeler. Got Honored Ancestors, of course. I was trying to find that discontinued book that Krexar was talking about, and I couldn't find it on the wiki. Yeah, exactly, Salva. 700 Beacon of Tower Zero. Arrgh. Yeah. Oh man, I really like the use of the archival lights as kind of a moon thing. Just having the, the glowy moon in her hands. Nice little repurposing of one Daedric thing to a different Daedric thing. And we got a little, hopefully wine. Hopefully that's just wine. I mean, it's Azura, right? It wouldn't be some kind of blood sacrifice that I'm aware of. Oldie earworm from all the Moonshatter. Yeah, right? Also, it makes me think of Vampire Survivors. There's that one like hidden bonus level called Moonglow. Also like the music box in here. Yeah, all these lovely nimbuses. We got these, again, very monastery-esque. We've got just the bunk beds, dividers, the classic Dres divider, Dark Elf wardrobe. This is a really nice piece too. I love the little gold scale bits. A little low res, but I love the reflective bits on it and that scale. The Dark Elf stuff, like the classic like Mournhold style, but I'm sure they ripped a lot of assets directly from the Mournhold area of the original Morrowind and just upscaled them a little bit. Like, they just have such a unique, pagoda-ness to them. They got the cool reflective bits. And all the, like, crescents and whatnot. Got the Halalo chest, got a little, ooh, it's supposed to be like the Abbot's bed or something. Got this cool little Akaviri table with the brazier in there. Ooh, really like the Deadlands shelves with the most of the back just hidden in the wall. It looks really nice in those little gaps. Oh man. Man, as you can tell, I am super unfamiliar with this house, and I'm just like now appreciating what can be done with it. Yeah, love just taking those Deadlands bookshelves and sticking them around this like kind of awkward gap and still being able to see, yeah, all the books are there. Not a lot of obvious clipping that I can, there's like none. It's a really nicely cluttered bookshelf too. I don't know if the Solstice dailies are dropping Friday. They should be, right? I could have sworn they were dropping plans. I think someone had mentioned they got something from, so we might be getting, I think the way it normally works is Q2 we get all the non-structure plans, and then Q3 we typically get structure plans from the new chapter. And those, I'm pretty sure, also come from the same dailies. Wow. I should turn down my performance settings in on my laptop and just see how much this makes my frame rate die. Or maybe they optimized it. It's entirely possible that Zos made these a little better. Oh, I love how they, like, all the dark trunks just kind of fade in and out of view as these nimbuses just kind of fade back and forth. Oh yeah, some more Murkmire tile set would be amazing, wouldn't it? And even Aldmeri. Like, someone as us really likes building in the Aldmeri style, or the Alinor style. Because we have so many more houses in that style than any other tile set in the entire game. And now we have just a full-on new zone with, baby Alinor. Hodgepodge of Argonian and Alinor. I love these little Dark Elf tables. A little bit of clutter. Got a decanter and a mug over there. I'm guessing... Oh, that's really nice how they took all these planters and just kind of like put them into the wall, so you're kind of stuck on this path. Like, there's no getting out of this path of ethereality that we have here. You're just kind of closed in by the planters. Then you see all the flowers just kind of coming in and out of view. Oh man, when you're inside this Nimbus, it like really recolors everything you see through it too. This turns everything into shadow and light. Gorgeous. Yeah, Nihonshan, this is very pretty. Alright, I think that's everything in here. In this section, I mean. I saw portals, so I'm definitely going to check out the portals. Yep, exactly, Ariel. It is very moony and very shadowy. This is cute too. This little fountain. Oh, that's the Apocrypha ink fountain. I like that. Really cute. How the yeah, it's like it's ashy water. Like instead of being ink per se, it now looks like it's just water that has a whole bunch of volcanic ash. Just kind of, or maybe it's like a very slowly melting lava or something. I don't know, but it looks. Oh, look at the lava reflecting off of the surface of that. There are not too many houses where you could plop this thing down and get that kind of like sheen off of that thing. That's really cool. I love the lanterns floating in it. And all these cherry trees, this little meditation garden. It's really fun what's been done with this space. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to actually get up there, or if that's one of the portals. Let's try some portals. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with this house, so I'm gonna have to just get my bearings one portal at a time. Ooh. New music box. We're clearly far from the Moonshadow section. And again, we've got this lovely little recreation of the Velothi-style towers. The Elsewhere windows up above. Little viewing platform out here. Just really appreciate all the volcanic panoramas. Volcanoramas. All the mushrooms, some of them placed, some of them just part of it. All the lava up here. This would be a good house for a water park, but with lava. Bet I could make that happen. Oh, I could for sure make that happen in here. Some lava slides. Nice little bed here. Little secluded area. Also like this, this clockwork spiral staircase, just getting us to the tippy top. Eggy, welcome in. How you doing? It's a cat in a box. Ooh, this little Elsewhere style up here. And there's Miri. Lots of good Dunmer picks for NPCs. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is really nicely done. Oh man, I adore how this, like, all these, like, angular bricks that we see here are part of the base house. And Nihonshan has filled in these gaps so nicely with the Necrom Dome up above and these paintings, just wraparound paintings, which I don't think there's any angle you can really see the backs of them from if you are in the exterior. Like, it would be really hard to see... Yeah, you can't see at all that they're the backs of paintings up there just because of how the line of sight goes. And then filling in all these gaps with the Elsewhere windows. And then down below we've got these curved Elsewhere walls that fit so nicely around. Oh man, it's given the same vibes I get when I walk into Nihonshan's Tel Galen. I need to ask if, you know, Nihonshan either started with Morrowind or got really into the original Morrowind, because there are just things done here that show not just an appreciation for Vardenfell as it exists in ESO, but like definitely some nods to the original. I like this too, the tribunal carpet just in the middle of this. You got the apocryphal tome, got some ooh, scary snick. So yeah, this got to be like the abbot's office or something, abbot's suite. And there's the lady herself. There's Azura just hanging out on the desk. You got this little chimnea. Honestly, not so worried about ventilation in a house like this. Because first of all, it's a nice big open space. And also, like, if you're going to be breathing anything toxic, it'll probably be all the volcanic ash and gas and smoke outside your house compared to the little chimnea. That is just a very small drop in a very big bucket of ash. That's why all the Dunmer in the original Morrowind talk like chain smokers, which I really wish they had kept. It's awkward now, like, coming from the original Morrowind straight into the Oblivion voice-acted Dark Elves. And then from there, the very Cockney Skyrim Dark Elves. They seem to have dialed it in a little bit as of ESO. Like the Dark Elf carpet there as a little tapestry too. It's a really nice shiny carpet texture. This I think is the achievement. Is that the achievement furnishing one? I don't know. Striated. That doesn't sound right. I think that might be craftable. One of those base game purples that I was just never aware of because base game purples used to be so freaking rare. Alright, back to the portal and we can try the other portal. This would be a cool house to make just a full-on maze in. Suppose I should check if there's anything behind, because I see lava rocks over there. Does this take us to Oblivion or just into the lava? Nope. Oh yeah, it's being blocked by Daddy Dagon. I forgot. Dagon's butt is right there, so you wouldn't be able to like walk through it without a lot of maneuvering. Oh, getting a nice little view under his loincloth there. Not impossible, though. There is enough of a gap that if you really wanted to, you could make like a full-on little portal through the statue, like through the back of the statue, and take you into the Deadlands. That might be the implication here. Now that I'm thinking of it, was that added? No, that's just part of the statue, though. Yeah, that might be the implication, that you see that little bit of lava down there. So now we might be in the Deadlands itself. So, had to check. But I have yet to actually buy that statue, because it's a pricey one. Ooh, got this cool, shiny Necrom thing. I love the writing on this thing, too, and all the iconography of Sothasil, the Silt Strider, got Vivek, Almalexia, and this buried Telvanni saint guy. He's just like drawn incredibly jacked and dual wielding an axe and a sword. I love it. Nice little black reachy area here. Got the Aeon Stone, nice free slot. Some glowy mushrooms. Nice little waterfall cascading into our Fire Song Spring. Yeah, I love these glow bushes and the Lisa Frank coral. Oh, this dead statue guy with mushrooms growing out of his face. It's kind of cute, creepy cute. With all these honored ancestors just kind of stacked in a corner here. Nice. Ooh, look at those stalactites have been added. I really wish we had some good stalagmites that weren't crowns only. Because these came with the Dark Brotherhood patch, like forever ago, or not the patch, but like that were part of that zone. And we never did get any stalagmites that weren't just crown purchase tab a la carte. They make all the difference in caves like this. So yeah, very, very cool, Nihonshan. Let's see, is there anything else? Any other portals that I have not seen? I know one's the entrance portal. Where's that portal? And then one portal takes us up to that area, all the way up there. I wonder if that one blocked off there is another portal that takes us to the upper side. Because I see a lot of interior up there, so I'm wondering... Oh, no, I didn't... Wait, I went through that. Yeah, and this was built off of the existing Daedric Shrine that's like an open-air one. Was there any... I think there is a portal on the inside of this ruin. I'm just not sure if it's been blocked off or not. Get hypnotized by all the nimbuses. Alright, there's doors. The doors are interactable. I forgot. And now I can't close it. Oh no. Okay, I can get to it from that side. Alright. I spent so much time, like, just being awed at this. I completely forgot the doors were interactive. You got these cute little dye... Oh, that's such a fun idea for the dye pots. Stick soups in them. You got some very colorful soup stains on these lids, but I really adore this. Like, sticking some squids in there, stick a soup bowl in there. Nihon Sean has some really out-of-pocket ideas for little cobbles like this. I really adore them in their builds. Honestly, this whole dye pot's organized, like, really nice Lux piece. And I think that was like the last nice new Lux piece I remember getting. It's been kind of dead since then. We got like what, a Redguard Beetle seal, and now we have a Falmer fence post to match the Falmer fence. Like, yay, I guess. At least it's only 200 gold, so if you really just want to stock up on the fence posts for some reason. Oh man, I can't see those being super popular for reselling, but... Got the glowy Fargrave fruits. It's your nice little organized cabinetry there. Got a whole bunch of crabs. Makes sense. Mud crabs are everywhere. Oh man, I hope they're actually paying Mixed Mini Soups. It's Vardenfell, so you just never know. Yeah, Revy, I can already imagine stealing that too. I know I say I don't do a lot of kitchens or a lot of pantries, but like if I can do it in an efficient way like this, that could change my mind. Or even like just a big old buffet somewhere. Alright, going up and around. Oh, I wish we had that door. I like this. I want that. So many pieces of this tile set that we just don't have. That is a cool door. I think I've seen it in Cold Harbor too, so it makes sense. Maybe this year we'll get that. And so this one, instead of the Elsewhere bits, has been walled off with Apocrypha bits. You got that cool little Apocrypha door with a Nedic orb in the center to make it a little less Hermaeus Mora and a little more Moony. Okay, we've got some very Daedric paintings here. Got some saints, got some nice Velothi saints here. Got St. Olms, St. Dellen. Got a Meridia orb in his head for a nice little corona. Ooh. What is that orcish one, right? Orsinium sarcophagus. I have never seen this sarcophagus like sunk so far in that it makes a little kneeler like that. And it's got a really nice tapestry on it. That is such a clever idea. Just make this like a little altar kneeler. A nice wide one. You got the Craglorn podium there. Very cool. And these Apocrypha platforms make some like appropriately chaotic Daedric squiggles to go along with all the other like Daedric architecture in here. You just see through your windows out to the other buildings. Very, very cool, Nihon Sean. Alright, knowing that there are openable Elsewhere doors makes me paranoid that I've missed something, but I am not a Hundy P on that. This is such a maze of a house. Like, I would want to make a maze in here, but honestly, I would have to really plan that route out and like try and figure out something fun to actually explore throughout the maze. It's just a very sprawling and portal-tastic build, and this is the kind of thing where I say, like, it would be amazing if we could get our own placeable linked portals, So you could just pop from any section of your house to any other section of your house, and that would honestly sell a lot of Crown Store houses. Like, imagine Stillwater's if you could just put a portal right by the door and then just have it, instead of walking through that empty hallway, you could just port right to the section that you want to be in. You know, start in the ice cave and make your way out from there. It would be so nice to have that flexibility. And, I mean, honestly, every door in a house is just a portal that takes you to a different section of the instance. So I would think coding-wise, that would not be super hard to just set player, but like you interact with the door and just sets your player position to something else. Wax Museum to ES-based Haunted, be a good house, right? Ooh, that would be spooky. How would you do wax figurines though? That would be like, you thinking statues or like cobble them out of something waxy? I could see that being a Hayden thing to do. Alright, I think that's it. Just clock the Azura with the blue flames up there. Really, really lovely monastery. Statues where possible, cobble... Yeah, I could see it. There are so many ways you could play with the light, too. I could definitely see that working with, like, different kinds of underlighting and, like, spooky particle effects and whatnot. Yeah, Ariel, that sounds like a fantastic idea. Alright, I believe that's everything. Okay, so I was going to show you what I am like 90% sure that Nihon Shan is referencing with those walled-off Daedric structures. So let us pop to, I think there's one right in Nisus. Nisus, whatever. And then after that we'll go to our last house of the evening, which is Hayden the Black Cat. And I have 50 minutes left, and I'm still worried I'll run out of time. Where is that thing I'm looking for? Is that it? I think it's like just out of these guys. These like old style Velothi towers, and the only reason I call them Velothi towers is because I think one NPC in Morrowind called them that, and I have no reason to question that that's what their name is, so I just kind of roll with it. So yeah, I think these are like the pre-tribunal architecture. And as you can see, like the brickwork and the windows and the dome up above look very reminiscent of what Nihon Shan was doing on all those Daedric shrines. So if I had to guess, this is the exact vibe that they did extraordinarily well. Go in here. Arv's Drellin is the name of this one. So yeah, in Morrowind, like you would go into these, and they're usually like either wizard towers or like bandit outposts that were formerly like places of worship or just ancient living spaces of the Velothi that have been repurposed. Yeah, and this is... Hey, Revis. I like this guy. And, funny story, you meet one of his descendants in the original Morrowind, also in Nisus. And he's one of the few people who actually knows a damn thing about Dwemer lore, and he's one of the possible leads for your Mages Guild quest to find out what happened to the Dwemer. So I really like all the lore tie-ins that ESO did, especially in the Vardenfell zone. There were so many callbacks to the original Morrowind that you would just never know unless you were like really in the weeds of every NPC in Morrowind, because this guy is a deep cut. Like, even by Morrowind standards, like, he is a really, really, you know, niche reference to a guy you can meet in Nisus in the original. Yeah, that ceiling really is cool. Imagine if we got that craftable. Alright, so I was saying the other night how, you know, there are some TARDIS-esque structures in some of the recent chapters, but now I'm thinking that's just always been the case. Like, that dome is so much bigger on the inside. We go out here. Okay, so first of all, it doesn't even match. Like, you go through here, there should be a little, like, foyer dome that takes you to the bigger dome, but that does not exist. So maybe there's an implication we went through a hallway or something, but... yeah, that's kind of funny in its own right. But also, even the bigger dome, is not nearly as big as it is on the inside. Not a chance. So yeah, a lot of TARDIS structures when you start looking for them. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Let's go to our last house of the evening, by Hayden the Black Cat, the Ample Domicile. Let's pop on in. Yeah, I've been just ruining people's perceptions of structures tonight. Whether it's mismatched windows or TARDISes, they're just all over once you start noticing them. Oh, it's a the. Man, I knew this one. The Ample Domicile. There we go. The Wedding of the Dark Fairies. You have been warned not to visit the forest after dark, and you should have listened. Now you've had a fall and found yourself in the Temple of Dark Fairies, and they are performing rituals for their wedding. Ooh, got a blood dais. And an upside down blood dais. For even more bloody goodness. Ooh. Alright. I may have overestimated how long this was going to take, because it's only 100 out of 400 slots. But knowing Hayden, there will still be a lot to analyze here. So, first of all, like the ambient sounds of Ample Domicile, we are definitely like lost in the forest, and I like that we're in this little valley, so instead of being in the swamp or in a forest, those crimson torch bugs, beautiful, that lovely blood mage crystal. Got bats, got a big old tree, big old gnarly Cold Harbor tree up there. Can't do the Sijic house because of the not there window. Like, yeah, it is like an absolute mess. I mean, the only saving grace is that it's a part of Somerset that was forcibly ripped out by the Sijics, who are, known messers of time and space. So at least there's a lore excuse that they could have just kind of glitched out the house in a canonical way, as opposed to a Zos just not caring kind of way. And that's also why I made it my Sheogorath house, because, it's the Shivering Isles, who cares? If it doesn't make sense, that is what makes it make sense. Got these cool little reed mace plants. I think that's all one piece there, and this is one upside down piece there. There might be added blood crystals. Yeah, okay, so that one's added into the seams of the... So yeah, there have been extra blood mage crystals added into some of the seams in the boulders, too. And this is just making me want to climb it. But I will refrain. We got bats. Oh, and these are the crystals I was talking about earlier. These crowns only red ones. Ooh, really nice, too. You've got that Lux piece, that like gross coral thing. Festering coral, crimson orange. Which I also see Hayden use a lot as like shiny doll dresses and shiny hair and stuff. Oh, I love I think that's the key that you get from Mazander, right? No, specimen jar. Oh, wow, that is very well hidden. I didn't even notice. All those little specimen jars you get from Witch's Fest. Just the undersides of them can make really nice little doll hair. If you are a pixel wizard like Hayden, then you actually can hide them in their little doll dresses, which are also made of shockingly tiny, detailed things. Like that gruesome egg. Got the underside of the wedding lantern for a little platform. They got that Hircine blood bowl for a slightly larger blood basin. Oh, look at the corrupted Mara shrine with the Vardenfell anemone, like making it fill up with blood and then empty again. These animated anemone things, I see these used all the time just for the fact that the center bit like will clip in and out of things you put it flush against. So you could do cool little animation tricks like that. Honestly, that is one of my gripes with the fact that the official Zos contest was a screenshot-only contest. like, I get it. There are going to be thousands of entries, and you can't reasonably expect them to all be judged through a walkthrough. But housing is so much more than a screenshot. Like, you've got animation, you've got pathing, you've got interactivity. Like, housing can be about making a perfect screenshot, but it's just so much more flexible than that. There are just so many ways to do housing that I think just a screenshot contest can't do it justice in the same way that like our community-based housing contests end up being. So anyway, that's my little soapbox. Love the what is this thing? This Vardenfell coral thing. Oh, Witch's Skull Horned Ram for that white bit. This is one of those like Vardenfell Stinkhorn things that I always forget the exact name of. You got all the little crimson crystals mixed with the disgusting coral. Very nice. I see a little bit of purple up there too. I wonder if that's just a projection crystal or something else. Also love the gray stormy sky just against the silhouette of those dark boulders. It started to rain. Even the rain looks really good on that blood. Yeah, same, Ariel. I really suck at taking screen. Indoors, outdoors, doesn't matter. I just can't get the perspective right. And then every time I like look at them again, like it looks like they're through a fisheye lens. Like you can kind of see it on this image that I used to block off my my chat box tonight. Like it's all the angles are weird. The houses don't look right. The tower doesn't look quite right. Like I tried to center the moon, but even then, I don't know. I'm just not good at taking screenshots, is what I'm trying to say. You can get that glowy Vardenfell glow stalk. Got that the tips of the Brotherhood candles for like implied to be doll-sized candles, just regular-sized doll candles. I get that little tiny bit of that one Lux flower thing, Void flower. There we go. It's just in the blood bowl. Spooky little ritual here. I like that, unlike a lot of Hayden's, 600, 700 slot homes, like, this is a very simple premise with two dolls, but a lot going on with this ritual. Like, there's bats, there's, movement with the shrine. Also, I like how it's the Zen idol cobbled into the Mara shrine, too. Like, it all just looks very eldritch together. I think there might be more pieces that I'm not recognizing. But yeah, and then what is... I feel like I keep tabbing back to this because I keep seeing new textures. That is the underside of that same coral. Like this festering coral, I don't think I realized it had like a flat underside. Yeah, okay, so it's just a little flat chunk of orange on the bottom. So Hayden flipped that over and used that as like the dried blood spilling out, or yeah, from like probably prior rituals, just that dried blood stain on the little... the glowing wedding lantern plinth looks really cool too. Really, really nice, Hayden. You got the shiny candles groups. But yeah, the play with the animation on that shrine is it all comes together much more interestingly than if you were just looking at a screenshot of this. Spinning the wheel. Yep, everyone get those entries in. Thank you so much for doing that, Revy. But yeah, really love the flipped over specimen jars as spooky hair. And honestly, even the glass on the back looks like they just have like really shiny, reflective doll hair or something. And then she looks like she's either got a super extra puffy dress or she is some kind of Cthulhu monster in the making. Like maybe she's one of those ascended sleepers from Morrowind. That's the wedding lantern for sure. You talking about the glowy hexagon? Yeah, the gold orcish plaques are octagons, and the hexagons are the wedding lanterns. Also, the wedding lanterns have more of an innate glow to them, whereas the plaques are more reflective. Yeah, definitely the undersides of the wedding lanterns. Yeah, both really, really good pieces to use just for their interesting gold shiny bits. I don't know how many of you have seen Swankery's Gornier Estate, but like it's a cozy beehive themed build, and it just has every hexagon in the entire game, plus some cobbled ones. Just really just making this giant cozy beehive hotel. Honestly, I've got time tonight. I might go to that one just to kind of show it off because it's a really fun one. But actually, since we have time, that was all the entries. Wait, has there been something done to these Blood Mage crystals, or do they always have the shadowy bits? I guess they just always have those shadowy bits. At least on the dais. On the dais, on the dais. That's all of them? Cool. Yeah, I guess they do have those shadowy bits I wasn't really acknowledging. That is a cool piece. It's expensive, but man, there is... If you need a giant blood floor, or a staircase made of blood, there's nothing like this. Yeah, very nicely done, Hayden. Really just sells the spooky vibes immediately. Like, you load in, you hear the ambient noises of Ample Domicile. Obligatory take a shot every time someone has completely hidden the poo hut of Ample Domicile. Because you are bound to see a lot more transformed Ample Domiciles than you see, like, actual Argonian poo hut domiciles. Yep, I believe that is all of them. So yeah, thank you so much, Revy and HFB Guild for hosting these two wonderful contests. So I think the next deadline for the guild is going to be in October. What is that theme? Kind of curious now. HFB build contests. I didn't see it posted on the guild contest, but yeah, next one's going to be in October. I'm not sure what the theme's going to be. No theme, just starting it up again? Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I think that purple is a projection crystal, but I wanted to just double check. No, it isn't. What is that purple? Glowbush? That was my second guess. Interesting. I wonder if it's just the moonlight on the crystals. Because yeah, sometimes the moonlight can be very bright, and depending on the surface of the whatever it's reflecting off of. Huh. Yeah, I really don't know. Undercroft. This is also just a good excuse to quickly search through all the cool things that have been used. The crystal mechanisms were in here somewhere. Oh, right! That's what that red, like, twinkly light bit is. That dwarven crystal mechanism that makes the soft light. The soft red light. I knew it looked familiar, and I couldn't quite place it. And those are off of Lux too, the dwarven crystal mechanisms. Also, they have a really fun animation when you activate them. A little burst of steam and debris. But yeah, it's got that kind of like twinkly, soft light beams coming out of it. Very, very nice. Love the atmosphere in here. Right, Salvus? I think I mentioned that in the DDA, or no, I mentioned it in HFB's Discord. When I saw the Lux thing, I'm like, oh, there's my moon teeth. Because I actually had to pester some guildies to sell me some moon teeth as I was making that. So, oh, yeah. See right there? See the teeth? Those are those Reekling hovels. Those giant, like, stone hovels that you get from the Lux vendor. So if you're familiar with how big those are, that kind of gives you a sense of how big that freaking moon is. Oh! Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for entering me in that, Revy. I figured, like, I was already hosting. Oh, man. Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you, I already was given some gold for streaming the thing. So, could you do a reroll for mine? It feels unfair to get, like, double compensated for this. So like it was really nice of you to enter me in the drawing, but yeah, if you want to like re-roll between the other, yeah, go ahead and do that. So yeah, appreciate it. All right. So yeah, let's real quick go to Swankery's Gornier estate. Although, if anyone else has a build they want to share, I don't think I have time to really announce that I'm going to be going back to the Ethereus art contest tonight. I was thinking maybe if I had 2 hours, I would jump back into that, but nah, this took most of the night. Let's see. Swankery. And this one I know is of the Gornier estate. And this is called The Hive, which is funny because Wednesday Morning also has a build that's just called The Hive, and they are two completely different vibes. Hi, Koshak. You're right on time. Sun's down, cat's back. He's so loud. So yeah, this just kind of gives you an idea of like how many different hexagons we have to either work with or cobble, and then even this this underside of the Necrom floor is kind of hexagonal. Only build you have on EU is Sugar Bowl. Hey, I'll still check it out. I'm on NA right now though, so if you have any builds on either server you want to share, go for it. And these are the orcish platforms, just arranged in little hexagons. The cute little larva. And got that Vivek pool there. So yeah, just a beautiful beehive theme. And you see all those wedding lanterns back there, like even as we approach. And got the cute little moths, lots of little bug motifs, a couple crystals. St. Delans? That is an awkward way to abbreviate St. Delans. But yeah, I will definitely check out your STDs. I should do something in Mara's. I should do something like really trolly in Mara's, because it's like the broom closet of in-rooms. We got the cute little shroom shock down there. Let's do a quick little run through. But yeah, you see, got the Magna Geodes that have all those hexagons. The Mirror Worm will be meta for Alice. You know, that's a fair. I was thinking it would be meta for the Labyrinth builds, but then I saw a really nice cobbled worm from Labyrinth, and then I disagreed with myself. But yeah, if you want just a little caterpillar for a an Alice in Wonderland build, Hundy P, that little mirror worm is great for that. Definitely meta for Animorphs builds. I love all those big high aisle platforms all around. Or are those elsewhere? I'm pretty sure they're high aisle. And then you've got that Daedric, like that original game Daedric platform. That's a nice hexagon. Even got, what the heck is this? I always come in here and I think to myself, what the heck is this? Seal of Molag Bal Grand. And then I've done this 3 times now. I've come in here, then like, what is this that has all these like chunky little basalt hexagons? And then I tab to it, and then I realized, oh, it's a crown pack thing that I don't really look at the underside of a whole lot. And this comes from like that library pack. Ooh, even the top has little hexagons on it too. Got a cute little, kind of like an airlock door coming into this thing. And here, the Sijic table, hexagon, and this cute little grottook. Yeah, very beehivey, consistently beehivey and kind of Art Deco. Swankery does a lot of amazing Art Deco style builds. Even those crystal clusters, little angular crystals. Nice mix of bugs and crystals. Little honeybee dancing around. Got the Dova fly. Got the Tribunal Shrine just kind of sunk in for the little pool. It's lovely. I like the Bantam Guard just on its little lily pad. Ooh, adorable. And the gator. I love Marcelok just as a gator kind of lurking. I definitely didn't clock that the last 2 times I was in there. There's a little tree growing out of the Zen Garden. Nice use of, like, just the stairs of Gornir while hiding all the... Yeah, really nice, like, hiding all the actual bulb parts of Gornir while still keeping the stairs that are actually kind of useful for this cozy little look. First time people don't have to cobble Absalom. Wait, who's Absalom? That sounds really familiar. Is that the name of the caterpillar? Yeah, these cute little kitchen areas. I love the use of these ossuaries upside down as countertops. They've got some cool little, like, ridged, again, very Art Deco kind of angles. Got that gold top. These Velothi caissons just as the drawer pulls. That is beautiful. And of course you got your honey, got all kinds of honey. Oh yeah, I had an idea for a new build. I was gonna make an apiary on the outside and sell both honey and beeswax candles. And I was gonna call it Nunya's Beeswax. I was thinking of doing it in Autumn's Gate. Hey, Apollonia, welcome in. How you doing? Oh yeah, for anyone, I've been trying to hype this up in the Discord and in various Discords, but if anyone is still not aware, Alphabet Mafia Guild is hosting a Pride contest that I will be judging. So you have until Monday now to actually enter that. If you have a Pride theme home or you feel like building one in the next day, get those entries in and take them to Apollonia 6 on either Discord or I can get the link to that. Yeah, Monday at noon. Nice. Shoot, do I have an easy way to get that link? Yep. Details and entry form are on the Pride Discord. Yeah, I can either pull that up, or if Apollonia, if you have that handy, if you want... Oh, there we go. Stupid auto mod. Here we go. There we go. Hopefully that link works. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, if anyone has a Pride-themed build, please share it. I would love to see more. We've got a whole bunch of entries, but I would always love to see more. Right? Yeah, Two Wolf, definitely. I am always so inspired by Pride homes, not just because of the theme, because the theme is great. I really adore seeing representation in the creative spaces of ESO and in the actual, like, canon spaces of ESO. But more selfishly than that, I love the tricks that people do with lighting and with shrubbery and all the different color palettes that we have available. And we get new ones every year. We get, every patch that comes out, we get new lights, new furnishings, and people invariably cobble various rainbows and, gradients with their lights. And then I get to just steal all those ideas. It's freaking great. I love Pride contests because they're so inspiring for seeing what bright colors are out there and what light tricks that you can do. And I've already seen a few. I saw a few Pride homes just in the home tours lately, and just already I've seen like things that I never knew were possible with the archival light. Yeah, that abyssal pearl for like statue eyes and stuff. It's so freaking great. Oh yeah, definitely more. Oh, right, you're talking about right here? Yes, 100%. As a lantern, like as a cool little mystical lantern, I love that too. Swankery is amazing. Like, Swankery never misses. See, I got off on a little tangent of hexagon shapes. This is an octagon, but it's also very shiny. And so the first thing that came to mind was Swankery's cozy beehive-inspired house. And like all the little things you can do with these wedding lanterns just cobbling them together, cobbling them into other things. Like, this is just one upside down, one right side up, and suddenly it's a whole new boxy lantern. And then all the sponges as a sofa, which these don't have collision on the underside, so it's kind of cute how you just sink into the sofa. It's a very, like, I'm sorry if anyone's like a tripophobe, that's a lot of holes in one place, but I just want to sit forward in here and just kind of sink into the sofa. It's so cozy. It's very plushy. And of course these void crystal anomalies, which are just so useful for so many reasons. And, you know, I always say they drop like Halloween candy in Cold Harbor. If you just farm alchemy nodes in the Cold Harbor city for any amount of time, you'll definitely get more leads of these than you would ever think you needed. If you could position beach... I keep forgetting about beach drink. Thank you. Oh, I have beach bask and beach drink. Nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, hold on. Let me get a little further forward. Yeah. I also like that my guy yawns as he gets into it. Look at that. Oh, how cozy is that? Thank you for the suggestion. Oh, I'm taking a screenshot. That is too cute. And of course we've got all these Daedric platforms. So yeah, just a really fun little example of how you can play with shapes and play with colors and motifs. Just pick a unique shape, pick a unique texture, and just kind of roll with it, and you will be shocked at what... Look at that! Look at the hexagon of display cases, and then they're all centered around a bigger dwarf glass window. Really, really cute. Such a unique architecture, and you can even go up... Like, this must have been... I could have not imagined planning all this out. This is just so premeditated in how, like, it all, like, goes up the multiple levels, like, this whole custom structure. This little inset nook here with the bookcase and the multiple Colovian windows, which also make this, like, beehive projection all along the hallway. That is too cool. I think I was in here last before Westfield dropped, so... Hey, Kashek. Maybe not. And then the multiple beds all cobbled into, like, one mega Alinor bed, or high elf bed. I love it. Yep, Kitty has opinions, and I think those opinions are that I need to shut the catio door, because I forgot to do that before I went up. We got a nice little slide roof. So yeah, on to Ariel's. You said you had 2 in-rooms, right? A St. Dellen and a Mariskis? Let's go check those out. Start with St. Dellen. Ooh. Ooh, love it. Well, the Velothi Ash Garden, which I always like to point out, because this comes around, you know, Lux Vendor every year, and sometimes people are hesitant to get it because they want a sand garden, but they don't want skulls and incense stuck into it. The fun thing about this Ash Garden is that it has the same texture on the underside. So by default, you see all the skulls, you see all the little burnt incense bits, and you're like, okay, that's nice, but I wish there were an easier way to hide all the skulls and stuff, because for a while I was just using rocks to hide them, not even realizing you can just flip it over and it has this nice, clean texture underneath. I really, really appreciate when Zos does that. Same with the Redguard planters that have that nice dirt texture. Ooh. How'd you make that void? That is a void I am unfamiliar with. Maybe not. Can't tab to it. Wait, does the house just does that? What am I thinking? The house just has that that window that's basically just a black void. So sticking a waterfall in there is really, really cool. That makes such perfect sense. And then yeah, like taking the limestone retaining walls to kind of enclose, to hide the rocks that I wish didn't exist as part of that waterfall, because it's always kind of awkward to spend slots hiding those rocks in your interiors. Love the clockwork calibration guides up above. It's really cool how you can just clip that into the flat upper bit. Then you got the little crimson torch bugs, got some appropriately Vardenfell shrubbery. I love the curves of these limestone retaining walls too. Really nice. Oh, and this is that crown crate. Oh, got a little hoppy frog there. Got a swamp jelly, just kind of vibing. Yeah, the fact that we're getting new ones so very soon. I'm so hyped. Yeah, I love the crown crate pond. And you got Mr. Augur just hanging out, nice little free slot. Got your ferns, got your Vardenfell, Morrowind shrubbery, got some cozy little cherry trees. So is there like an actual story behind this, or just like is this an authentic canonical tribunal meditation spot? Do you have your own kind of backstory for it? I'm curious. See, I love just being able to sit here and meditate in your in-room garden. Oh, that's fun. It's so cozy in here. Also love the music box. I like having like one stool to sit in, like right in the center of it, so you can really just kind of build all your focal points around how it looks when you're sitting in it. Started to do a zoo in different inner. Oh, it's just an exhibit. Oh, that's cool. I like that. So yeah, we've got a little zoo botanical garden kind of thing, and the sand is just really nice, like cozy sand. That's a really cool concept. So yeah, you could just do one in-room per exhibit. I love that as like an interconnected, like, kind of mega house in a way. Oh, Ariel, I was struggling with that the other night. I have teacups and bumper cars in my carnival build that should be sittable all the time, and sometimes they just refuse. And I've noticed that in a few houses, but I never really understood why. So yeah, I was able to sit. I think in this case, it's just that, like, if you're zoomed out enough, it disables the interactivity, or tree hitboxes get in the way of your interactivity. So the fact that you've got a canopy of trees means that it won't cooperate sometimes if you're looking at it like straight through the branch. But if you zoom in to first person, then it usually works. Like when in doubt, first person to try and like just get your reticle right on the thing. It's kind of funny that when it comes to interactivity, it doesn't really matter where your character is so much as where your camera guy is floating. You can tell I was raised on Mario 64 because, like, I still to this day just imagine a little floaty Lakitu with a an old-timey camcorder on a fishing rod just kind of following me around. Anyway, on to Mara's Kiss, which I'm guessing is going to be another exhibit in your zoo. Nice. Second exhibit. Oh, perfect. It's even named that. Ooh. Aquarium. I think, yes. Wow, you managed to fit an aquarium in literally the smallest house in the game with those massive dwarven windows. I love it. Or terrarium in this case. Got a little desert terrarium. Can't remember right now where the other in-room? That sounds familiar. Oh, I love that. The little drifty lemon dot netch. I forget what crate he's from, but he is so freaking cute. I love those like blue octopus rings. That's a really cute little netch. You got the mud crab just, or the hermit crab just scuttling around. I like how he just sideways scuttles on his little path like that. You got some kelp. You got the glowy mine trap kelp. Oh, you got that fountain upside down. What is that? The orcish fountain? Sulfur pool upside, I believe. That's really cool. Sulfur pool, yep, for that Ripley water surface tension, and then just to really sell the illusion, you put lily pads right on the surface. I adore that. That really just makes the whole thing look like an aquarium. Because it can be tricky to even use the bubbles, like the actual Crown Store bubbles in a build like this, just because of how chaotic, kind of scattershot they are. So you'll see them clipping through your glass more often than not if you try and build them in an area this small, and especially in Mara's Kiss. I mean, this is like the definitive tiny in-room. Ooh, like that dwarven dwarven crystal brazier up above too. Kind of matches all your dwarven windows, your dwarven your scavenged plates up there. Really nice. And you got a little terrarium that I can just imagine has like a snake lurking. Oh yeah, there's a Zamaja back there. A little lizard or something back there, I'm assuming. That it really feels like a real zoo when you're like looking in an exhibit and you don't see anything except plants, and then you just see eyeballs just kind of peering at you and you realize they've been looking at you. Yeah, it's a Zamaja, the Zamaja trophy. Yeah, when people like put trophy heads, so with the glowing eyes especially, and so it really feels like an authentic zoo experience, just kind of looking for the creature and realize they've been staring at you that whole time. Yeah, I love the mix of the elsewhere rubble for the dirt and the elsewhere dry grass. Got these little lux, these very bright alpinias. That's like just your alpinia, man. You got the rubbles. Yeah, these all like scattershot rock rubbles. All making like kind of a little cave back there. Really, really cool. Is that the only trophy head in there? I feel like I might be like looking for more. Oh yeah, there's a Hadalid back there. There's the Euphotic Gatekeeper. Like I said, they sneak up on you. Now I have to see if the other one has... Or no, there would only be two trophy heads in here. So yeah, I found them all. Really, really cool aerial. So you said you had another in-room, but you're not sure which one it is? Yeah, let me know when you find it. I would love to see more of these. Beautiful, beautiful concept and execution here. Yep, 2 pets, 2 trophies. Alright, so I think that's... Unless you have another in-room, because I could probably get away with like 1 or 2 more in-rooms, but otherwise I think I'm going to raid off. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Really appreciate everyone popping in, saying hi. Yeah, I would love to see more. 100%. I love when people have like a consistent little cinematic universe to multiple of their housing builds, and you just kind of put the story together and get to know them as a player and as a builder. Any of them except the newest one? Okay. Let's see. It's been a while since I've seen Mike Macon on. Yeah, let's go raid Mike Macon. Oh, wow. There we go. And as always, thank you all so much for coming with me on this little housing journey. And thank you for Revy World and HFB for running these 2 contests. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.